to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
All right, just stop. I don't want to jinx it,
okay,
but this could be the best show ever. I'm just saying. Good morning, welcome to it. My name is Graham Richards.
I'm Round the Morning. Thank you for joining us this bright and early. It is a beautiful morning, as G said. It is promised, full of magic, full of all the good stuff that you are here for, and we are here to serve you.
We are, and in particular, we are here to serve our matrics. Why? Because you're going through the most at the moment, and obviously we are focusing on exams, our matrics writing at the moment, in the throes of that. We're going to be discussing the topic of homeschooling. It's been quite popular, I think, the emergence of the necessity during lockdown, but a lot of people found a different way of doing it. So we're going to find out from the moms, model mommy, Tia, and the dance teacher and parent Caitlin, who are leading their child's education from the comfort of their own home. I say that loosely, the comfort of their own home.
Is it comfortable?
It might be 10 times more difficult doing it at home, but I have a feeling there could be something to take home for all of us.
Oh,
yeah?
definitely. You want to stick around for that one. And then on top of that, we're also going to be sharing the perfect lunch break recipe, and it's perfect for the kids. And we're talking about a honey-whipped peanut butter toasty. That is to die for. And finally, on top of this, it's festive season. And what does that mean? Well, it's more time spent in our PJs with our loved ones. So Knox Marfa is coming through. She's going to be bringing the cutest PJ fits to suit the entire family.
For every size.
Every size.
Literally every size in the family. Every size is taken care of. So that comes to the utensils that we use, the spoons, the bowls, everything. We've got your size.
For you.
Morning.
For you.
Just for you. Morning.
Yes, something for everybody. And they gave me the smallest spoon they could find so I can enjoy my yogurt while I chat to you. My name is Carl Wasty. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We're here till 9 a.m. And as I just enjoyed this, all right, a little moment of bliss. The homeschooling thing is quite a contentious issue for so many because are parents equipped enough to be those adjudicators in the home? Are people focused enough? Or is it the fact that the plight of transport issues in South Africa is necessitating the fact that we need to do homeschooling? This is entirely up to you. So I'd like to ask you on 063-408-8863, or you can go onto our socials. The quick question is, are you for homeschooling or are you against homeschooling? That is the question. Let us know. Share your opinion as well. We want to make sure it's an open debate. And sometimes the merits of homeschooling could be very, very good for you, sometimes not for somebody else. But we are open to all comments. So please grab a yogurt and let's talk about homeschooling today on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. As we get into news, Ryle is standing by.
Thank you, Carl. Of course, standing by for official duties and starting off with national news fronts. Now, the government says only members of the Public Servants Association, otherwise known as the PSA, will be allowed to participate in its protest march in Pretoria today. Now, a spokesman from the Department of Public Service and Administration, Moses Mushi, says the government has introduced measures to limit the consequences of the strike. Now, some 235,000 members of the association are expected to participate in the protest for a higher salary. Now, this follows after the workers earlier rejected the government's offer of a 3% salary increase because it is much lower than the inflation rate. Well, sticking to national news headlines, the National Treasury, in collaboration with the United States Department of Treasury, has launched a regional banking dialogue for sub-Saharan Africa. Now, it seems to provide an avenue for cooperation and facilitate active regional dialogue on anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism. Now, the National Treasury's Acting Director, General Ismail Momoniat, says financial integrity is vital so that the sector is not used for money laundering, terror financing, or hiding proceeds of corruption. Now, the regional banking dialogue will also help with outlining the expectations of regulators in other countries and share best practices. Well, from our national news headlines, we head over to international news and something interesting from Kenya. Now, after years of intense negotiations, Kenyans can now travel to South Africa without a visa. Now, the new dispensation starting in 2023 has been announced by President Cyril Ramaphosa and his Kenyan counterpart, President President William Ruto. Now, Ruto is hosting Ramaphosa on a state visit to Kenya, and the two leaders have focused on strengthening economic, political, and social cooperation. Now, the SA president said the agreement on visas would stimulate tourism between the two countries, and he warned against abuse of the system. And next up in our news headlines, Russia's military has been ordered to pull out of the Ukrainian city of Kherson. Now, the regional capital is and has captured was captured after invading it in February, and Russia's commanding officer in Ukraine, General Sergei Surovikin, said it was no longer possible to keep supplying the city. Now, this means Russian forces will pull out entirely from the west bank of the river Dnipro and is viewed as a significant blow to Russia. Now, in September, President Putin personally announced the annexation of Kherson on TV, but he left the announcement of the withdrawal from Kherson to General Surovikin. Interesting indeed. Well, on a lighter note, here's some interesting news for you. 4 people, including humanitarian and founder of Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, will be receiving honorary doctorates from the University of the Western Cape next month. Now, the other recipients are theologian and political activist Dr. Alan Busak and the academics profs Zoe Wickham and Kwesi Kwa Pra. Now, for the first time in UWC's history, gold medals will also be conferred at the gala ceremony on November the 30th, dedicated to recognizing individuals who have acted with excellence and distinction to improve the lives of others for 2021 and 2022. Now, UWC Rector and Vice Chancellor Professor Tyrone Pretorius said the list of recipients was indeed worthy of UWC's recognition and abiding appreciation for their national and international contributions to all spheres of society and for the upliftment of people through arts, literature, law, humanitarianism, academia, as well as advocacy. Well, with that, I leave you with the rest of the headlines. Here's the latest on the sport, and of course, G-Man has it all.
Thank you so much, Raul. Let's start with cricket. Pakistan, they've reached the T20 World Cup final. That was after a thunderous 7-wicket win over New Zealand down in Sydney. So chasing 153 for the win, Pakistan openers Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan hit 53 and 57 respectively to lay the foundation in an opening stand of 105 to tee up a stunning victory. Daryl Mitchell had earlier hit an unbeaten half-century as New Zealand recovered from 49 for 3 at one point to post 152 for 4. So Pakistan will now play England or India, who meet a little bit later today, of course, in Sunday's final showdown in Melbourne. Then on to football. Defending champions France have their 25-man squad that will attempt to win back-to-back World Cups. Sadly, Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante are 2 big names, both missing, both forced to sit this one out because of injury, while the likes of Eduardo Camavinga, Aurelien Tchouameni, William Saliba, Ibrahima Konate, and Christopher Nkunku all each set to go to their first World Cup ever. Then, of course, Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema and Kylian Mbappe both included in that squad. And meanwhile, Gareth Bale and Joe Allen have both been named in the Welsh squad, despite some fitness concerns. Clearly, they need the leadership there. Then on to the football that happened on the pitch. A couple of misfires and a couple of great performances defending Carabao Cup champions Liverpool. They did it the hard way, but advanced to the next round. That was after beating Derby County 3-2 on penalties after the game ended 0-0. Then Kelleher made 3 saves in the shootout before Harvey Elliott netted the winning spot kick. Then Man City, they took on Chelsea in the standout clash with goals from Riyad Mahrez and Julian Alvarez, sealing a 2-0 win for City there. And Arsenal, they were dumped out after losing 3-1 to Brighton. Former gunner Danny Welbeck, Kuro Mitoma and Tariq Lamptey sealing a come-from-behind win there. And then Spurs, another big name to exit in the third round after losing 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. Then on to rugby, some great news for one of our best ready World Cup winning props, Stephen Kitsoff, yes, I'm a fanboy, is set to join Ulster on a 3-year deal after the 2023 World Cup in France. This has been confirmed by the Irish province. So the United Rugby Championship winner is the 3rd most capped Stormer of all time. Having represented the team he grew up supporting 122 times so far. Now, Kitsoff made his Stormers debut back in 2011 and led the Cape side to the inaugural URC title last season, and of course is one of our most valued Bok team members, so we certainly wish him well. But that's where we leave our sport for now. It's a brand new day. There's a big old moon out there. I would expect a little bit of crazy weather. Let's get the latest from Carl.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's see how you start your day today, and starting with weather news. The SA Weather Service forecast warm weather today for most parts of the country and rain and thunderstorms over certain areas this afternoon. But yesterday, the general picture was quite different as emergency services in the Tshwane Metro were on standby after parts of the metro were flooded due to heavy rain. Areas affected were Mamelodi, Centurion, Soshanguve and Hammanskraal. Disaster management spokesperson Charles Mabaso said preliminary feedback showed that nobody had been left homeless. There was, however, one loss of life as a result of the flooding in the Morotele local municipality in Northwest. Cleanup work was being done to bring relief to communities. Several settlements in the area were flooded and many homes and infrastructure were damaged. The mayor, Masango Manyike, said some 300 people were being helped. He said a municipal technical task team, public works and other stakeholders had been deployed to provide assistance. As always, thoughts and prayers are with you in those particular areas. But let's turn our attention onto some sunrise views. We love these. And let's start off. First up this morning, Tony Melville sets the table from Jeffreys Bay, sharing this graceful holiday feel view whilst enjoying some hot coffee and the luscious green grass. I'm loving this one. Rumba Govinda, hello and good morning, capturing this early morning view overlooking the town before heading out to work in Durban. Valley Keys in Limpopo snapped this shot in the garden whilst watching the sunrise before having some breakfast. Zia from Westville also contributed, sharing a view of the sky, showing those beautiful fluffy clouds in the clear blue sky. And last up, we have Dale Viahan in Milnerton, showcasing this magnificent view of Table Mountain whilst out having some coffee and a walk on the beach. That's why Cape Townians brag about the view so much. That's the picture right there. Now, share your view and get bragging. Why not? 063 408 8863. Love to see it on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But let's take a peek at your temperatures and find out what to wear today. Now, Polokwane, 15 to 27. You have an 80% chance of rain, so an umbrella would be a good thing to wear. Bombela, same for you, 70% chance, 16 to 24. Pretoria, 15 rising to 28, a 40% chance of rain. Also, rain's coming to you. Joburg, 13 rising to 26 are the temperatures. Mahikeng, you've got 16 on the cards. You're up to 31. Klerksdorp, you've also got a max of 30. 17 is your low. Kimberley, same temps as Klerksdorp, 17 rising to 30 degrees Celsius. Bloemfontein looking nice, 28. You've got a minimum of 15. Richards Bay, 18 to 21, an 81% chance of rain. Pietermaritzburg, 14 to 20. You've got some clouds, possibly some precipitation. Durban, 20 to 22. Some rain expected for you as well. Mthatha, 13 to 18. East London, 16 to 18 today. Cradock, you've got a max of 26, but you wake up to 13 degrees Celsius. Gqeberha, you've got 17 to 18. George, 12 to 18 today. Cape Town, 25 is your high from a low of 14. Worcester, you'll wake up to 11, but you'll be rising to 28. Sutherland, nice and temperate, 23 degrees Celsius from a low of 8. And then topping the temperatures once again, some rain and thunder, 19 to 36. That is you, Uppington. Wrapping things up in the temperature field, of course, and there's another update for you in 1 hour on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But for now, I guarantee you there's going to be things in your future, including a discussion on homeschooling. I'm just guessing, but here are the boys.
Yeah, the boys are here.
Ask me.
Are you sure? Really?
Go for it.
Are you going to be homeschooling your kids?
No, wait. Not a chance. Look, I might have completely the wrong idea. I have a feeling my eyes are going to be open. We've got a couple of success stories because some people, it really does work within their lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I think you've got to tick a few boxes before you get there. So we'll find out how to approach homeschooling in just a moment.
On top of that, obviously, Tando is also here to provide us with a lovely whipped honey and peanut butter toasty. So don't go anywhere. The bellies and the mind are going to be fed in just a minute.
Only you can make my day.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Time to talk homeschooling. So amidst, obviously, the matrics writing their final exams right now, we are discussing the idea of homeschooling this morning. Now, homeschooling is becoming more popular every day as parents move away education. Additionally, South Africa has been seeing significant growth in online and remote learning education as well, with private schools and independent groups launching various platforms to educate learners and, I suppose, educate parents along the way. Today, we discuss homeschooling. Is it for you? We'd love to hear from you. And, of course, we've got a panel to chat about this. And our panel this morning consists of mommy model Tia Alexander, as well as dance teacher Caitlin Liggett, whose son JJ is being homeschooled following the Cambridge curriculum, which I'm keen to find out a bit more about. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know an early start. Isn't the whole point of homeschooling not to get up at this time and brave the morning traffic? But great to have you here, and we'd love to have your thoughts as well. If you are going through this process yourself, please drop us a voice note. Any insights would be wonderful. 063-408-8863 is the number to use. Now, remember that number. I didn't even have to be homeschooled for that. Tia, let's get a bit of background, because there is generally a supporting reason why we choose this route. Talk us through your journey, obviously coming from the US to South Africa. Why the motivation now to teach your son from home?
I mean, I think it's pretty clear for me. I love to show him the world. You know, I think not every parent gets to travel, so I think for me it's something that I'm allowed to expand on his education. I get to show him through people, through cultures, through experience.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing for homeschooling is experience, understanding life versus just understanding the books.
Did it take a shift within you, or was this just the way you're wired? Was this always on the cards, or was there a moment or something that kind of flicked that switch?
Absolutely. I think, you know, when you start traveling with your child, especially watching them in the school system, and you're in America in this rat race, you know, you're going from traffic to school to getting them ready for school the next day, and you miss the moments, the experience, you know, you're just rushing. And I think that there's a lot to learn from that for them and for ourselves. And when I was traveling with him, I was like, wow, he's learning so much more from cultures, from just exposure, just
from the person themselves.
Yes, yes. And you start to see them evolve differently. So
starting with the University of Life and you're working backwards towards school. I love that.
Yeah.
No, I really do get that. I think our job opens up so many experiences to us, and it's amazing how much your perception shifts through that. Caitlin, slightly different journey for you. So JJ, your son, was at Bloberg Ridge, then moved to a college school for grade 5 and 6, and then you decided to make the shift to go all in. Why that progression? What was it about your journey that led you to this point?
For me, education is obviously important, but what's very, very important for me is the social and emotional side of, you know, exposing the child to that environment. And, you know, depending on the child, homeschool can work for them or not work for them, but grade 7 was the loop into high school. So for me, I wanted to make sure that, you know, he was covered with confidence and socially and still able to focus on his goals, which was the sports, which he now can do early training, lunchtime, because that is his goal, to be a professional soccer player, but as well as focus with his education in the morning in a controlled environment and not have, you know, the pressures of the classroom stress and anxiety,
You said a word there, control.
Yes.
And it does feel like, as a parent, my kids are quite young at this stage, but after getting my son into a school with a massive tradition and this whole history, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, is that still going to be a thing? Are schools going to even exist in a couple of years because of how differently we are seeing the world right now and the custodians of that information that we are passing over? But there are a couple of cultural elements that I think drive this as well. You talk about safety. I would imagine the social pressures within a school environment are massive. How hectic is that in the US? How different or similar is schooling in South Africa and the US? Because we obviously hear only the horror stories, sadly, coming out of the US when it comes to schools. That's the reality. How different is the culture, or is it similar?
I think the main key that you know, is safety. You do hear all the horror stories from America, but you're also learning how they are learning from each other in the classes. And sometimes that always isn't the greatest, because then they've got issues from their families and their own environment. And sometimes when they collect some of those baggage.
It's this cross-pollination.
Yes,
yeah, for
yes.
sure.
And maybe that's all across the world, but in America, I find that there's, you know, we've got our political issues, our entitlement, our, you know, our selfishness, things that have, you know, you want to shift in a child, but it's very hard when you're in the system.
Yeah.
The system of the school, you know, the parents, or not just the parents, but the teachers, you know, and the kids and their
peers.
parents, their peers, and they're learning from their parents. So whatever they're learning from their parents, if they're arguing about politics and what's going on in fear of, oh, you know, all these, you know, schools are getting shut. I mean, all these things that you don't want your kid to have to experience, you know.
Just want them to be a child for as long as possible.
Yes.
Just please.
And to be honest, you know, I was really, really proud of myself for taking him out of school before the pandemic. And I think the pandemic opened up many eyes, but I had done it well before.
You were
and
future-proofed, yeah.
I was
you done it,
future-proof. And for me, it meant a lot, because then I also saw how he didn't have to go with the pandemic system, the masks in the schools. Not to say that masks aren't okay, but it really kind of held them back and put them in a space of fear, and they couldn't talk to each other, engage. And that I felt people were losing a lot of, how to engage with each other, how to, you know, have that eye contact and not look at someone really weird or judge them and say, oh my gosh, they coughed. I mean, for me, he didn't have to deal with that. He was able to kind of have his free mind, his own free thoughts, and not have the other kids saying, oh, you know.
I'd love to do a psychological study to see what his brain looks like compared to other kids who have gone through that process, because I think we all changed. It was a universal gateway that we all kind of had to go through. So I love the way that you think about that, and it's an empowering thing. Let's get to basics now, the practicalities of going through this. What does a normal day look like in your household in terms of homeschooling? Obviously, the sport, you say, is a major thing.
Yes, no, I mean, okay, great that we don't have to face the hectic traffic, you know, in the mornings. But it's nice that JJ can take things in his stride, have a good breakfast, get his books and, you know, laptop, and get
do it
that
in his way.
in his way, ask questions in his time, do research, further research, which just helps him, you know, have a better understanding on the subjects that he wants to focus on.
I love it. Do it his way. We're going to continue really, really interesting discussion this morning. I think a lot of us are trying to reframe the way we see the world, but through this process, we want to show our children the way forward as well. And it's a very different world that we are handing over to them, or that they are creating for themselves around us. And we're going to continue our homeschooling chat. We'd love to hear from you. 0634088863. If you've got any insights, please drop us a voice note.
Get ready for a speed recipe perfect for homeschooling. Nothing beats a peanut butter sandwich, right? For school. But the one we're making is the best thing since sliced bread. Now, with Ollie spreading the nuttiness at lucky schools, with the Olympics in Gauteng, energy is top priority, and our Clover Go Nuts peanut butter toasties are the perfect snack to get that energy going. We've got Tando over here, the two of us, perfectly suited. We were told we were the hobbits of the kitchen. So let's go and do this nice and quickly. We're going to do a nice, fast, quick, fast recipe.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What are we doing first? Chef, talk to me.
Brown butter.
Brown butter in bowl.
In bowl.
While you do that, can I cut banana?
Yes, please cut
How would you like the banana
some beautiful
peeled
slices?
and then sliced, right?
Yes, please.
Would you like French slice or German?
Can I please have Danish?
Danish, perfect.
Danko.
On it, right? Banana sliced.
Yes.
While you're doing that, in brown butter goes peanut
butter. Yes,
So we're
go
going
nuts.
butter on butter, because it's always better with a bit of butter.
Yes.
What's up? All right,
For
let's
you.
do it.
A bit of salt.
So you want the Danish, eh?
Yes, please.
Okay, Danish.
Thank you. And then I've also got some honey going in.
Perfect.
And this is all going to get whipped up. Literally,
this.
this is a peanut butter sandwich I went to private school.
It's got homeschooled, you mean? It's a homeschooled peanut butter sandwich. That's what it goes. And while we're doing the whip over here, I need to tell you something. You'll be able to hear me because it's so quiet. But Clover Go Nuts Smooth Peanut Butter is made with 90% choice-grade peanuts, perfectly grounded, just like you, to create the smoothest and most spreadable peanut butter, perfect for lunches and snacks and smoothies and more. It's the nuttiness you'll never, ever forget. So Clover Go Nuts Peanut Butter is now available in 800 grams for even bigger energy, which is what we're going to add to this recipe. We are still doing our thing.
There we go.
Oh, but It's so quick.
It's super quick, and you want to whip
Wow.
this over a bowl of ice, ideally.
Yes.
Just to help it stiffen up and help it spread a little bit better.
Okay.
And then, once it's all light in color, I'm going to grab those bananas from you.
Please
and
do.
the sugar.
All right, so we've got that. And are we being fussy about the sugar or not?
No, just brown sugar.
All right.
A bit of brown sugar in the pan.
This is going to be good. So now we're going to do some caramelization, I imagine, of the banana.
There
Okay,
you
well, let
go.
me just finish. You might as well use the whole thing because Wasty doesn't like to waste. All right.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. You're welcome. That's what we do.
And then we're going to caramelize these once the sugar has melted.
And this is
over
a
it.
fun thing to do for anybody. Even if you don't know how to cook, I think this is actually quite a cool
Yes.
way of checking it out, which I really love. So once we do that, we caramelize the outside of the bananas. And then we
Bananas.
present.
We
Once
present.
that's stiffened up,
Yes.
we go to our sandwich
Spread it nicely.
spread.
And then add the bananas on top, and it's done.
And then it looks like the one that we have prepared already, which is the most amazing thing in the entire world. Tando, thank you.
Thank
It has
you.
been fantastic. And that's what homeschooling is about. Quick snacks,
Yes.
high education, and amazing benefits.
Love it.
Love it. Go nuts. Try yours today.
It's not working.
I've got an idea. Our slice, you spread, Ollie. This will get us going.
1, 2.
Go Nuts Peanut Butter. Nuttiness you'll never forget.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining a very important and really interesting conversation, certainly in light of the shifts we've seen in education over the last couple of years. Now, in light of matric exam season, we are discussing homeschooling right now. A lot of people have made the shift. Is it for you? And we've got our panel of super moms consisting of mommy model Tia Alexander, as well as dance teacher Caitlin Liggett. And we encourage your participation as well. Please share in the discussion if you've got any insights, personal experiences. Please send us those details, 063-408-8863, or you can just drop us a line on social media. Tia, let's talk about the pluses here, because there is a reason why you've continued on this course. Clearly, there are some challenges, and we'll get into that as well. But what has been the real benefit for you? What have you enjoyed the most about approaching it this way?
Building a stronger relationship. Our relationship, I think we know each other way better than when he was in grade school. Now, when he was in grade school, I saw the shifts. The shifts were a little bit up and down
Yeah.
so much that it disconnected us from understanding, okay, this is right and this is wrong. Now, they were teachable moments, but now we're on a flow, and he can trust me, and that's the biggest thing, is trust in the relationship. Being able to know that I'm guiding you, I'm teaching you, I'm showing you. Now you can understand and respect what I'm saying versus what someone else told you and said, no, but mommy, that, and challenging you on that, because, you know, even I'm hearing how some teachers are saying, oh, sugar is healthy, and it's like, I think you might have directed that wrong. Sugar cane, but, you know, there's certain things that, in order for me to help him understand, I can guide through the questions, through the misunderstandings, and we can learn from them.
So you're a control freak, is basically what
No, I'm not.
That's okay, no, we get it. No, I get it. Consistency. Consistency. I mean, there have been so many studies on how a single mom, and I suppose this is the South African narrative, the consistency of the parenting of a single mom is so much healthier than a dual message from a supposedly collective home with two parents. And we understand this, that consistency is absolutely vital. So I get that notion. Every day is great because you get the time, it's wonderful, but it's all on you. How do you deal with that pressure? What are some of the setbacks or the challenges in homeschooling?
Sure. I suppose it's making sure that the tasks are complete, you know, because they might take it too much in their stride, and then submitting, you know, those assessments, and maybe being a bit too relaxed at home. But again, it all balances out eventually.
But you're enjoying life together. So there's a sense of understanding that things don't have to be a rush. It doesn't have to be, you know, tick, 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 tick every day. It's like take things with the flow, and then you start to think a little more clear.
And I really like what you said, you know, it builds the bond closer to the child, because especially with the influences as they grow up at school and from others, you know, really there to guide them.
I can literally tell who my son's been spending time with at creche based on how he behaves, how he talks, his tonation. He broke my heart. I'm getting a little emotional. But he broke my heart the other day, asking me to stop telling him to do things quickly. Because I'm constantly telling him, come on, let's go, quick, quick, come on, let's do it. Come on, quick, quick, let's do it. Because we've got a schedule. We're always, and with two of them, then it becomes a juggling act in that sense. And then I'm tag teaming with my wife, and it's this constant rotation in this production line. I understand that. That being said, life still happens. We've got to work, we've got to build an ecosystem around this idea that actually works. How do you do that? What lifestyle changes have you had to make, or has it just been finding your flow? How have you built the right kind of balance?
You do find your flow, but you definitely need to establish structure. I think structure comes in different forms. It's never going to look the same. You can have it one way and then it shifts another time. So it's okay, and that's how life works, and it's becoming adaptable to what life offers. So, you know, during this course period, maybe even season, you know, festive season, you know, we're a little bit more, okay, let's get these things done, so then when festive season happens, we don't have anything else to worry about. But even with the daily tasks, I can build his routine on my routine. I can write things down, and now he has to be responsible of his own responsibilities. And that's the best thing about independent study, is because you have to be willing to pour into them and give them some of the life lessons that you've learned and be able to help them structure through that. But when you're in school, you don't get to. There's a system. You're just throwing over everything, and then they come home with stuff, and you're like, where did you get that from? You know, and you're just questioning all these things. Now you have to break these habits versus build them and help them understand why they're doing something and the way they're doing it.
And never mind the actual education itself. I'm thinking back to all those times where I was so disenchanted because our educational system just changed overnight as our political discourse changed. And suddenly you're like, oh, wow, okay, so that history was wrong, this history's right, all right. I'm starting to feel like I'm the guy who was left on Earth while, like, they went to, like, Avatar or something where it's just such an interesting way of reframing it. I think that's the important thing here. It's not one versus the other. It's just looking at it through a different lens, possibly one that really helps your child. We're going to bring the lads in just a moment to get their perspective. If you've got a perspective to share, please do. 063 408 8863. Drop us a voice note.
Absolutely loving this conversation. I'm learning a lot, genuinely.
No, it's very, very exciting, and just to learn about the ins and outs. I mean, you never know what could come out of homeschooling. But
100%.
Schools, so important. We have to go there. We have to make a difference.
We do indeed, and when it comes to learning, reading is imperative, which is also why it makes instilling a love for reading at an early age so important. Now, it is the key that unlocks the door to lifelong learning. How's that for a line?
I love that. That should be a T-shirt. Uncle Tabsy recently visited Mfundisweni Primary School to witness firsthand how the essence of the Cadbury Dairy Milk Homegrown Stories initiative is being brought to life in the classrooms of South Africa. Take a look at this.
We're joining Cadbury Dairy Milk today out at Mfundisweni Primary School as they form part of an incredible story to help ignite a passion for reading for the South African child. Now, we know that a lot of South African children do not know how to read in their own language. All 11 official languages in South Africa are being represented today, and we are bringing the essence of this Homegrown Stories campaign to life. It's all of the excitement, and all of the learners are gearing up to share their very own homegrown stories and learn to read in their own languages. Come with me. Just seeing the children get into it, seeing the children really commit to the process of learning is just beautiful. Tsepo, it's been such a fantastic morning. I mean, just seeing the faces of these children light up as they get into the books has been one of the most magical things to see. And I know that this initiative is a very important one for you. Why was it so important for you to bring it to life in our schools?
Research tells us that 80% of grade 4 learners cannot read for meaning. So this is simply because of the fact that they cannot hear themselves and see themselves in the books that they read. So for us, it was really important to bring this program into schools.
So what do you hope they take out of the stories and out of this experience of reading these books?
So as a brand, we have donated 21,000 books to 15 schools that we have partnered with for the program. We want kids to take these books home. We want these books to go into the hands of the children that need them the most. Read them, bring them back to school so that we can measure any gaps and any improvements in comprehension.
Cadbury Dairy Milk has created these spaces to encourage collaboration. Ultimately, it's all about getting these children to generously share their stories that become part of stories that get shared with children across the country in their own language. And we know that ultimately the children do get to benefit from these resources. It's fantastic, a no-brainer. Wow, okay. Bikanye, this is really nice. I like that you're reading stories for me. Do you read a lot?
Yes.
What do you like reading about?
I can learn about different things and different people.
Yep, that's true. And what's your favorite animal to read about?
A cheetah.
So what is a cheetah in Sesotho? Because
Lengao.
Lengao, okay, all right. So why do you like reading stories in your language so much, Bikanye?
So I can learn different things from different people.
You're going to take some books today and you're going to read with your family, right? You're going to read for them in Sesotho, Sepedi, and isiZulu.
Yes.
Put it here, and here, and here. Boom! Who is excited to get a story before they go home?
Me!
Okay, cool. Do you know how to read isiZulu? Niyakwazi ukufunda isiZulu? Ubani umfundisi ufunda isiZulu? Abangani abahle. Niyayazi le ncwadi le? Abangani abahle. My biggest takeaway from this event is that children really are the future, but children also do need for us all to commit to helping them along the way. There is a role we can all play in making sure that their experience of learning is a wholesome one. Today has been nothing short of amazing. Such an inspiring day. Thank you so much to Cadbury Dairy Milk for inspiring us all to take in stories, but also to tell our stories. And now you can go in store and find those limited edition specially marked Cadbury Dairy Milk packs. On there, they've got a QR code. Scan the QR code and enter the world of story sharing and storytelling. Or you can go on to cadbury.co.za. I love it.
man, these are stories that fill the heart, truly. Look at those kids just smiling and being taught by Uncle Tubbsy on top of it. That's a cherry on the top, right?
That's the stories that we need. We need to share it. And this is why it's such a feel-good breakfast show, to inspire more. And I think that when you see good like that, follow the journey and see how you can contribute as well, because that is essentially education. It's a vehicle for sharing, unity, and uplifting communities all over.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Let underprivileged children unwrap a smile this festive season. Safripol has again partnered with the amazing Angel Network and Toy Kingdom to collect your pre-loved toys to be re-gifted this festive season to those who need it the most.
You can donate your pre-loved toys at any participating mall or Toy Kingdom, or visit safripol.com for more information. Donate from now until 30 November and again from the 26th of December to the 15th of January 2023.
Come join us in helping them unwrap a smile.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we wrap up our wonderful conversation, a very important conversation on online or homeschooling. Is it for you? And we've got a wonderful panel of super moms consisting of mommy model Tia Alexander, as well as dance teacher Caitlin Liggett. And of course, now the boys have joined us as well. Alexander and JJ are also on the couch, and we want you guys to weigh in. Please send us a voice note if you have a particular perspective to share with us. In fact, we're going to start there right now. Avril had something to air this morning. Let's hear from her.
I'm all for homeschooling because the kids are more safer at home and they can be creative in their own very way. From Avril.
Thank you so much for that. Safety, all about you. You can do it in your own way. I love that. Let's hear from Sam.
Expresso, Sammy here. So glad this question came up. Very for homeschooling, as today's schools are not like our schools used to be, eh? There's a lot of politics in schools today. I'm actually sitting with a big pandemic with the school at the moment, with my eldest son. Yeah, so homeschooling to me is hundreds.
Hundreds? What?
I would prefer homeschooling and much more benefits, eh? With homeschooling than with normal government schooling or even private schooling.
Completely. It is a dangerous place out there. We've heard some horror stories in our own country in terms of that dynamic. Let's talk about the flip side of that coin. Alexander, you look like the cat that got the cream, man. I love the fact that I'm hearing from your mom that you guys have the opportunity to have these cool experiences together. You get time, you get mom on tap. How awesome is that? How much have you enjoyed this change in your life?
It's so fun. Like, we get to explore, go around the world, do homework wherever. I could literally be at a friend's house. Sports, could do a lot of sports.
What are you doing?
So I do, I think, tennis on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Nice. Are you good?
Yep.
Yeah?
Good.
So he starts early and he gets to do things.
But, and it's your choice.
Yeah.
Is that better for you? Does it feel like this is built around you, not you fitting into someone else's rules?
Yeah.
I dig that, man. I absolutely love that. Is it too late to go back? Too late to go back. JJ, thanks so much for coming through. I know the whole point here is that you don't have to get up early for these sorts of things, so I'm sorry we got you out of bed early, man. But it looks like you've got some clear ideas about what you want to achieve with yourself, and sport was a massive part of my growth and development. It helped me so much. What do you want out of life, dude? What is your dream, do you think?
My dream is to become famous in soccer and like go pro. And it's really helping me because I get to focus more on soccer than school, even though I am doing schoolwork, but it is better doing homeschool.
In my own parenting journey, I love the fact that I get to redo what was kind of my experience of my childhood, which has become a massively important thing. Having the time with my kids is, because it's the one finite thing. Everything else you can stretch out. You can live to 100 now. Medicine is amazing, but those 18 years, that's all you got. And I don't often think about it from the flip side. How nice is it to have mom on tap whenever you need her, whenever... Is that something that you've got a little bit comfortable in? How much do you enjoy being in this space?
I enjoyed it really much because it's better for me. We get to spend more time. Unlike when I was at school, it wasn't like that, so it is much better now.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, and I think for my business, because it's teaching in the afternoons till late evenings, get to be there in the mornings before lunch just to give him that support structure so he can continue with the day, you know,
You've got to train, man. And you can go and train, because if you want to become a pro, that's what it takes. I'm understanding this. Thank you. I've had a dramatic shift in paradigm, actually, in this space now. My wife was probably sitting there going, don't even think about it, dude. Don't even think about it. But you guys are living proof that there is a different way to approach life. The fact that you did this before lockdown is amazing to me. It's actually giving me goosebumps. But you guys are getting it right. And I know it's a crazy world out there, so just keep doing it for each other. I think that's the most important thing, and that goes both ways, boys. You guys are there to look after mommy as much as mom's there to support you. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Oh, I love it. Don't forget about us. Don't forget us little people on the way up. This has been an unbelievably interesting conversation. Please continue to share those insights with us. If you have perspective, spread the word. What are the tips for making it work at home, and how are you getting through year-end exams? We'd love to hear from you on the socials or on our WhatsApp line, 0634088863.
Absolutely love that conversation. Now it's time to change things up just a little bit, and that is because Christmas is around the corner. Yes, and we are oh so excited to start the search for 5 of South Africa's favorite bakers with Golden Cloud and Beacon. Now, if you love baking and have a natural talent for designing beautiful and delicious cakes and treats, then Season 3 of the Golden Baker Search is definitely for you. Now, with this Christmas, we are adding a little twist to the competition. Our 5 finalists will each be paired with a professional chef as they bake off to stand a chance to win that grand prize of 50,000 Rand in cash. But for now, let's get you inspired with some cookie cups with hot chocolate. Yes, cookie cups with Beacon hot chocolate. It sounds delicious. It is delicious. And Carlitos and I are going to take you through the entire journey. You ready for this, brother?
I am ready for this. You know, so what I've done is that I've allocated tasks fairly.
Okay.
So what you'll be doing is you'll be doing the cups, you'll be doing the chocolate in of the cups, you'll also be doing the pastry for the cups as well.
Okay.
I will be doing the intricacy of making hot chocolate, so it's balanced. It really
and
is.
what else?
Yes. So what you have to do is I'm going to make you work today.
I like this shit.
You know why? Because, Chef, you are going to be doing the pastry part of things.
All right.
Which I know you're going to love.
I love it. I've made this before. I've been prepped by the food stylist, and I'm amazing.
So do your thing.
So I'm going to talk to you about this step right now, because this is awesome. So we've got some butter in the bowl over here.
Yes.
We've got some white sugar, which we're popping into that. It's just about over a cup or so. And then some brown sugars also going into that. And then, before we get into the rest of the ingredients, we stick with the dry stuff first, and then we're going to get our mix on. So we mix this all together quite nicely. Once it is all, I don't think it's going to kind of dissolve yet, but the sugar's kind of just going to clump up with the butter. Once we've got that all together, then we're going to move over to add our next ingredient.
I'm going to clear your station because, you know, I've only got hot chocolate to mix. I've got some time.
You've got some time.
What do you need here? Do you want an egg?
Yes.
You got an egg? Okay, I got you. Egg covered.
So kind of
That's fine. All right, I'm going to start I think it's time for me to, because I've got my milk on the boil already, so I'll just go here. I've got...
Take your time, mate. Take your time.
Sugar. And I'm just going to dilute that sugar nicely.
Are you doing the no look as well? Is it that easy?
Sorry?
The no look. Wow, okay.
I've got some cocoa.
You almost missed that one. I love it. Well played. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I'm still whisking.
What else is going in there?
Vanilla essence.
Okay. And you haven't looked. Oh, yeah.
I have to look at that one.
Yeah.
I have to look at that one. Okay. So while you're
So
doing...
that's your hot chocolate pretty much done, right?
Yeah, definitely. What else do you have to do?
Okay, add it to my
This
list.
is the great thing about baking, you know? Everybody's got the tough task. Some people get the easy task. So you still got a little bit of essence there, don't
So
you?
I've got some vanilla essence,
Nice.
which is going into that. And this is
Ooh,
kind of like
now we're
the wet
boiling over.
ingredients.
Well done.
Whoa.
No look.
You see, you should have looked.
No look.
Told you.
But, so with that, you got the wet ingredients coming in as well, right? That's it.
Hang on, you had one job.
I did have one job, but I'm just showing you the beauty of what could go wrong with the hot chocolate.
What not to do in the
When you're
situation.
doing that, so you know how some footballers do a no-look pass and it goes nowhere. That's essentially what could happen, but it's not going to happen to you when you make the recipe. It's fine. Also, this week has been filled with joy, and my joy boileth over. That's why I did it that way, to illustrate it. But you continue. I'm waiting for you.
I love this guy. All right, so what I've added to my ingredient list here while I'm making the cup, I've added an egg, I've added some bicarb, and then I'm going to add just about like a cup, or more or less 2 cups, sorry, of flour. And while I do this, I want to talk to you about this here ingredient.
Please do.
Oh, so lovely.
Because I know you're not busy, so you
yeah, because clearly you're not busy, you're right. So the secret to perfectly soft bakes is in Golden Cloud's versatile flour, which can pretty much bake anything, actually. It's ideal for cakes, scones, biscuits, breads, and muffins. And Beacon Heavenly Slabs are smooth and creamy and add that last layer of decadence to your favorite weekday treats. And I'm going to show you how to do that exactly right now. So I'm going to be whisking this up again, getting the wet ingredients into that. And like we just mentioned, what you can do after this, once this all comes together, is we finally chop up some of the heavenly milk chocolate from Beacon, and that goes into this mix, and essentially you are left with a sort of texture that allows you to create a cup that, if we fast forward into time, looks like voila. If you see this one over here, that's how it looks. We essentially kind of make that by placing it into the baking tray, making sure that it's opened up, and then voila, it gets our bake on, and then it ends up looking like this, man. How cool is that?
That is the coolest thing in the entire world.
So we're getting to your step.
Look here, I'm just wondering, are you going to be long? Because I'm done. Like, can you hurry up? Because, sure.
Final step for me, obviously,
I thought you were to go and mold the flour.
It's all about chocolate ideas. So I melted some chocolate for the second step, and essentially painted the inside of the cup that we've just created.
Oh man,
and
that's
kind of just gonna get that beautiful layer together, and then voila, I'll pass it over to you,
and then
where all your steps can now come.
I'll tell you what,
action.
You've done a few of these earlier. I want to take you over to this side because I'm going to finish this beautiful banquet for you.
All right.
Now, I've got my hot chocolate, the one that didn't spill. That's the one that I put into the jar, clearly. And all you have to do is you pour into these cups. So I just want to do a nice little pour for you.
It's like an experience.
So
man.
it is an experience. So you pour,
almost spilled that one as well.
I told you, everything spilleth over. And then I'm going to finish it off with some cream on top and then some marshmallows, and then we're good. So the cream goes on top for each one of them over there, and then we're going to finish with marshmallow, and then we are good to go. You
magic.
do your
While
thing.
you're finishing that off, let me do the things and talk to you people, because for all the passionate bakers out there, listen to this. You could win you could be one of 5 finalists competing on Expresso for the grand prize of 50,000 Rand in cash in season 3 of the Golden Baker Search. Now to enter, listen to this. It's very, very simple. Bake with Golden Cloud Beacon products, and then snap a picture and share your bake using the hashtag Golden Baker Search 2022, and then tell us why you should be a finalist. Simple as that. Then stay tuned over the next few days to get more tips and tricks on how to make your entry bake stand out from the rest. And that includes not spilling. All right, simple as that. I wonder what you think of our dish. Of course, you can get it at expressoshow.com. And other than that, enjoy, Mzansi.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and you're gonna love this because we always love new artists coming through, and I love introducing them to you. Now this morning, we're joined by singer, songwriter, and high school teacher. That's right, teaching, homeschooling, high school teaching, it's connected. Robin Reed is here, and she started her journey in church and moved on to sing in various competitions, all of which she won, clearly. There's open mics, winning competitions such as the Satwu Own Talent 2015, recently Raw Fresh Faces earlier this year. Just wins all the time. So if you want a taste as to why she won those competitions, then I feel like you should stand by and take a look at this.
Because of the time we shared, the time we lost in love with one another, days we had paid the cost of losing heart's desire so soon. I'll be sending my love all over you.
This is Robin Reed for the first time in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Oh my word, Robin!
Hi.
How excited are you for just being here?
I am so excited. I'm super excited to be here. This is my first TV experience.
This
TV interview experience.
And how's it been going? Are we okay?
I'm good. I'm nervous, but okay. I'm good.
And
I'm
us,
good.
are we all right?
Oh, you guys are amazing.
Okay.
You guys
We're
are
doing our
so
jobs.
amazing.
Okay, this is fantastic. But Robin, it is so good to have you.
Thank
you. And you've come from church,
Yeah.
singing there, the praise and worship that we love so much.
Hallelujah.
And then you made a leap.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
To the music industry. How has that leap been? What is the inspiration for you to take that singing in church to the big time, so to speak?
I feel like church is very small. And it's okay to like worship in church, but like to bring it to the stage, to your feeling and your emotions and your storytelling, it's a completely different world out there to the bigger stages than church. You can praise and worship in church and people will hear you, but there's just a huge difference. It's unexplainable, huge difference.
I need to mention that you just keep on winning these competitions that you enter. And I know you could have other competitions in your future, even though you don't need them. I feel like you could walk into a recording studio right now and make a track that anybody would play on radio. But how has that helped you, morale-wise, boost-wise, to win all those competitions?
It actually made me realize, like before I had no confidence in myself, like I didn't think I could sing or I could perform. But like it gives you that extra little boost. Like, okay, you can do this. You are worthy of singing in the industry. You can compete. So yeah.
First thing I told you when you sat on this couch earlier is that you deserve to be here. Okay, you are meant to be here. It is preordained, and someone from the church, you'd know that. So I want you to have the best time here today and have fun with it as well, which is so important. So we're looking forward to hearing what you're going to be singing a little bit later. We're looking forward to you. I know it's going to be fantastic, and also this is a teacher. We're chatting about homeschooling too. Just a quick one. Do you sing to your class at all, anytime?
I actually teach creative arts.
Yes! Yes!
I teach creative
Because I don't know how mathematics would go with a bit of this song.
No, so
1 + 1 is 2.
3 plus the harmony on this 4.
Thank you. This actually could work. More subjects to come, but the new singing school, and that's actually School with Singing, is coming up. Robin Reed a bit soon, and she's going to school you in the best way possible in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, so stick around. Robin will be performing a little bit later, but for now, it's the news from around the world, and Ryle is standing by.
Thank you, Carl. Can't wait for that performance. It's going to be exceptional. For now, though, it's time to carry on with official duties. And starting on national news fronts, the South African Space Agency, otherwise known as SANSA, and its American counterpart, NASA, have signed an agreement for the development of a space research base at Matjiesfontein in the central Karoo. Now, the Western Cape's Minister of Economic Opportunities, Mariella Wenger, says the agreement will enable NASA to better explore the moon's surface and send astronauts to Mars. Now, Wenger says it's hoped that the investment will also create jobs and attract visitors to the station. Well, next up on a national news front, the government says only members of the Public Servants Association, otherwise known as the PSA, will be allowed to participate in its protest march in Pretoria today. Now, a spokesman for the Department of Public Service and Administration, Moses Mushi, says the government has introduced measures to limit the consequences of the strike. Now, some 235,000 members of the association are expected to participate in the protest for a higher salary. Now, this follows after the workers earlier rejected the government's offer of a 3% salary increase because it is much lower than the inflation rate. Well, from national news headlines, we head over to international news. An American actor, Sean Penn, has given his Oscar to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky during a visit to the capital of Kiev. Now, Penn, who is known for his political activism as much as he is for his films, fled Ukraine in March while filming a documentary about the conflict. But later he said he was considering joining the Ukrainian forces to fight Russia. Now, Kremlin officials previously added Penn and fellow actor Ben Stiller to Russia's stop list, meaning they are banned from entering the country. Well, our news on international fronts carries on, and after years of intense negotiations, Kenyans can now travel to South Africa without a visa. Now, the new dispensation starting in 2023 has been announced by President Cyril Ramaphosa and his Kenyan counterpart, President William Ruto. Now, Ruto is hosting Ramaphosa on a state visit to Kenya, and the two leaders have focused on strengthening economic, political, and social cooperation. Now, the SA president said the agreement on visas would stimulate tourism between the two countries, and he warned against abuse of the system. Well, finally, in our news headlines, tributes and messages of condolences have been pouring in for the late radio and TV producer Pearl Shongwe, who has passed away in Johannesburg at the age of 35 years old. Now, her family announced on Tuesday that she had passed away in her sleep. Now, Shongwe's broadcasting career started at Gauteng youth station YFM in 2010 as an entertainment reporter on a show hosted by Mo Flava, a Metro FM DJ, who said, and quoted, "I have known Pearl for many years. She's left an incredible mark and was loved and admired by colleagues," unquote. Now, the Sowetan-born broadcaster had a warm and bubbly personality, embracing everyone she came across, and said sign language interpreter Andiswa Gedashe, who worked with Shongwe on the educational talk show Daily Teta on SABC1. Now, Shongwe also presented sport on SABC 4 News channel and Morning Live on the weekends. The SABC said she was an invaluable member of the public broadcaster's family. And of course, from everyone at the team, our condolences does go out to her and the family too. For now, though, it's time to look at the rest of the headlines. And here is the G-Man with the latest when it comes to sport.
Thank you so much, Raul. I think just to rub salt into our South African wounds, we start with cricket and Pakistan. They have reached the T20 World Cup finals. That was after a thunderous 7-wicket win over the Black Caps. New Zealand in Sydney yesterday. So chasing 153 for the win, Pakistan's openers Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan laid the foundation, a 53 and a 57 respectively, in an opening stand of 105 to tee up a stunning victory. Daryl Mitchell had earlier hit an unbeaten half-century as New Zealand recovered from 49 for 3 at one point to post 152 for 4. And now with that win, Pakistan will play either England or India, who meet, of course, later today. And that'll be in Sunday's final, taking place in Melbourne. Then we look a little bit further into the future. And, of course, it's all happening this year. Defending champions France have named their 25-man squad that will attempt to win back-to-back soccer World Cups. So, sadly, Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante are two big names now missing, both forced to sit this one out because of injury, while the likes of Eduardo Camavinga, Orien, Shumen, William Saliba, Ibrahima Konate, and the brilliant Christopher Nkuku are all going to get their first World Cup call-ups. And then added to that, Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema and Kylian Mbappe also obviously included in that squad. And meanwhile, Gareth Bale and Joe Allen have both been named in the Welsh squad, despite some fitness concerns clearly needing the leadership qualities there. Then we turn to last night's footballing action. A couple couple of giant slayers. Defending Carabao Cup champions Liverpool, they did it the hard way, but it did advance to the next round. That was after beating Derby County 3-2 on penalties after the game ended 0-0. And it was the standing keeper, or their cup keeper at least, Keller, who made 3 saves in that shootout before Harvey Elliott netted the winning spot kick. And elsewhere, Man City, they took on Chelsea in the standout clash with goals from Riyad Mahrez and Julian Alvarez, sealing a 2-0 win for City there. Then Arsenal were dumped out after losing 3-1 to Brighton. Former gunner, in fact, Danny Welbeck, and then Kura Mitoma and Tariq Lamptey sealing the come-from-behind win. And then Spurs were another big name to exit in the third round, losing out 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. Then we turn to rugby news, and I would imagine quite a financially beneficial shift for one of our favourites. World Cup winning prop Stephen Kitsoff is set to join Ulster officially on a 3-year deal. That's after the 2023 World Cup in France. The Irish province have now confirmed this. So the United Rugby Championship winner is now the 3rd most capped Stormer of all time, having represented the team he grew up supporting 122 times so far. Kitsoff made his Stormers debut back in 2011 and led the Cape side to the inaugural URC title last season, so comes with the credentials and, of course, is a vital member of that box setup as well. So we certainly wish him well in this new phase. But first, we've got to get through the World Cup, so we'll focus on that for now. Right now, you've got to get through the traffic. So let's see how the roads are looking.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a peek at the traffic if I'm leaving home on the way to work. Let's start in Pietermaritzburg. Now, KZN, that's the area. There's a stationary vehicle on the N3 eastbound after Peter Brown Drive. Please drive carefully if you are heading that way. And then in Cape Town, Langa area, there has been 2 accidents along the N2 inbound after Jakes Gerwel. You can expect heavy delays on your way to work if you're on that area this morning. That's a wrap up on the traffic. Let's take a peek at your weather. Let's start with weather news. A 5.5 magnitude earthquake early yesterday morning off the Italian resort of Rimini was felt across central Italy and parts of the Balkans. Houses shook for several seconds on the Adriatic coast, and there were reports of minor damage but no casualties. Schools were shut down in central parts of the Central Marche region, and trains were halted around the city of Ancona because of suspected track damage. Italian officials said the quake was 8 kilometers in depth. It was felt in Rome in the west and Bologna in the northeast, as well as across the Adriatic in the Slovenia area and Croatia, as well as Bosnia and Herzegovina. The first and strongest tremor early yesterday morning was followed by a smaller number of shocks as well, and masonry crumbled in the center of Ancona, and residents rushed into the streets in panic. Of course, Italian reports said trains were suspended on several lines, including the one between Ancona and the capital, Rome. Now, from earthquakes to some sunrise views, to get a smile on your face, Ismail from Pelican Park starts this one off, capturing this early morning shot from his home, showing off the subtle purple shades lighting up the sky. John L. Jacobs out in Pretoria snapped this shot of a pink sunrise glimmering through the trees. Arusha Singh also contributed, also out in Pretoria, capturing this shot of the stunning blue sky whilst on her way to work. And last up, we had a lovely sunrise video sent in. We love videos. This is from Ivina Barnes, showing off the beautiful colors in the sky before heading out to the shops in Kariga. We love videos too. That's a good testament to that. So if you want to send in some views, some videos, some pictures, just tell us where you are. 063-408-8863. We'd love to see them as we see your temperatures. Let's take a peek at that. Now, Polokwane, I'm going to start with you. 80% chance of rain, 15 to 27. Bombela, you can also expect some rain, 24 is your high from a low of 16. Pretoria, you'll top at 28 with a 40% chance of rain, 15 the low. Johannesburg, 13 rising to 26, an 80% chance of rain if it isn't raining already. Now, Maya King, for you, you'll wake up to 16 degrees Celsius, but you thaw out to 31. Klerksdorp also quite warm for you, 30 is your high from a low of 17. Kimberley, same status, 17 to 30, a 46% chance of rain. Bloemfontein, 15 rising to 28. Richards Bay, 15 to 21. Some rain expected too. Pietermaritzburg, 14 is your low to a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. Durban, 20 rising to just 22 as a high. Mthatha, 13 to 18 today. East London, 16 rising to 18 with an 82% chance of rain for you. Cradock, you've got 13 on the cards, 26 is your high. Gqeberha, you've got 17 to 18. George, 12 to 18 for you. Cape Town, 25 is your max, and you rise to 14 this morning. Worcester, 11 is your low to a maximum of 28. Sutherland, your top is 23, and your low is 8 degrees Celsius. Uppington, top of the temperatures, 36 is the max from a low of 19. Some rain and thunder expected in your area as well. Don't worry, another update for you in 1 hour on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I'm so glad that you started your day with us. Your reward are these two gorgeous faces.
36 in Uppington. Now, after yesterday's brief ovation of the temperatures, we expected them to rise. It's going to rise in the kitchen. We're going to make a custard peach pie ice cream.
What?
I have no idea. It's going to be crazy. I know.
In one.
I don't know how we're going to do it.
And ice cream on top of that. Sounds delicious. We'll also be chatting to one of the Tropica eliminated contestants, and Kat's going to be chatting to Tane de Villiers about all things on the island. Don't get anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure is spicier and more challenging than ever before, featuring some of your favorite all-stars who are ready to rumble. Now, sometimes things are not always as smooth as they may seem, and this past Saturday, we had to say goodbye to Team Pineapple. This competitive duo never gave up until the very end. In fact, let's take a look at their final challenge.
I've learned about friendships, I've learned about loyalty, and I'll take that home with me. You know, I think I've been crying for every single person at elimination, but for me, I'm smiling. I'm so happy. This Tropica will push you to the limit, but you'll have so much fun doing it. Honestly, I've had the best time.
And your take, Tane, on this entire experience?
It's been amazing. I've met amazing people. They've all just been so incredible and helpful, and we've all just had so much fun. Congratulations, guys. You deserve it. Enjoy.
Well, with that said, guys, I do have a very hungry pineapple looking for your buff, so come and hang him up, make your way back home. Now, season 10, episode 8 said goodbye to Sashi and Tane. And we actually have Tane on the line with us. Tane, good morning to you, brother man. How are you?
Good morning. Very well, thank you. How you doing, Kat?
I'm very good, man. Great to see you after such a long time. And listen, what a season it's been. Everyone has been enjoying watching it at home. But I've got to ask you, because we don't necessarily get to talk about this when the moment happens, because then afterwards you guys have to leave the island. But when that moment hit you, that your competition and your journey on the island had come to an end, you hear me saying, oh, it's over. That final ball had gone in, you know, as the teams shot their balls in to avoid elimination. What was going through your mind when you realized that the journey was over?
Kat, I must say I was quite shocked, very shocked. I mean, my ball skills are on another level, and I didn't expect any of that. It was very disappointing, and I was exceptionally sad. It was a horrible moment. My journey was over, and that's that.
Yeah, man, because, I mean, you'd worked so hard to get to that point, and you had an exceptional teammate next to you, somebody who was also very well experienced and did very well in the past as well. So what was it like being paired up with Sashi?
Oh, I called it from the start. I wanted Sashi to be my partner from the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And I am so happy that we got paired up together. We worked so well together. We didn't struggle with communication once. It was just amazing. I couldn't ask for anyone better.
That's brilliant, man. So as a first-timer competitor on Tropical Island of Treasure, what's the one thing that you'll take away from this experience?
I mean, I've learned a lot about people's characteristics. I mean, it's a lot. A lot of people will do a lot of things for a quick buck, you know. But I had such an amazing journey, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I had so much fun.
So tell me this, what do you think you could do differently if you ever get the opportunity to be involved in something like this again?
There's a lot. I mean, I could have done a lot differently. I mean, working with your alliances and focusing on creating that alliance. I mean, I would have gone into it a lot more strategically because there's a lot of fish and snakes out there.
Those long life ceremonies definitely cut the grass a little bit shorter and you see where those snakes are. But having seen all of the teams, you've been in competition with them, who do you think deserves to be the ultimate champions of Tropical Island of Treasure All-Star?
You know what? That triangle was the loyalty, the integrity, the everything. They were so amazing. They all worked well together. They worked well as a team, and I couldn't even... I did amazing. They did amazing. They are doing amazing.
So if you could, you'd share it between all three of them, or you'd give it to one team?
I'd give it to all three of them. I mean, their loyalty is amazing, and I'm all about loyalty.
Well, dude, you are definitely more diplomatic than most people out there. But tell me, what does the future hold for you, Tane, after this experience? I'm sure you've, had fun. You've built some crazy good friendships as well that'll last a long time. And your name is certainly out there. Now everyone knows who Tane de Villiers is. So what's the next thing for you?
There's a lot going on in my life at the moment. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of doors are opening, and I'm going to start focusing on my businesses and my boxing. I really want to go to the 2024 Olympics. It's my dream.
Oh, brother, okay. Just quickly tell us about that. So you have boxing aspirations. How far are you in your journey? You're talking 2024 Olympics. What's that process going to look like for you? What do you still need to achieve in order to get there?
A lot, Kat. I'm going to get hit in the head a lot to get to that point, to reach my goal. It's a crazy journey, and I've got a lot to achieve, a lot of fights to win, and I have to showcase my skill.
Well, dude, you know what? When you're standing on that podium, getting your gold medal one day, we'll at least say we were part of that journey of Tane de Villiers reaching his ultimate smooth milestone, man, and good luck with all of that,
Absolutely. No, thank you so much. You guys were all so amazing, and I must say, I'm a shout out to the crew as well. I mean, they actually work exceptionally hard, and I just shout out to them.
Very true. They make all of that magic happen. Tane, thanks very much once again, and have a fantastic day. Now, of course, there's so much more entertainment coming your way with this all-star season of Tropical Island of Treasure, and there's some smooth prizes to be won. So make sure that you enter our weekly Tropical Home Challenges. Then, of course, tune in to find out if your favorites are safe or if they're heading for elimination.
This week on Tropical Island of Treasure All-Stars.
Let's go!
Game on.
Nothing can stop us now. Almost there. Almost there.
They're doing this on purpose.
Not what we discussed.
He's not looking happy, eh? It's a We should have seen it coming.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
We aren't going anywhere. Come on, bud.
Whoa! It is over!
Stay smooth with Tropical Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday evening at 7. Repeat Monday night at 9 on S3.
Oh, it is over. I want to know what happened right there. Well, if anything screams summer, it's this next recipe. It's going to blow your hair back.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Ah, the delight of a juicy peach while having fun in the sun is our kind of vibe. And with some added ice cream, of course. Now, Chef Tando Magnoni is here to create a Clover Classic custard peach pie ice cream. Wow, perfect for hot summer days. I thought it sounds like a Dr. Seuss.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is a mouthful. I'm hoping it's going to be a mouthful. In all my many, many moons on the show, I've never made ice cream.
That's why I'm here.
Never done it, girl.
That's why I'm here.
First of all, you look amazing. I don't know, there's something in the air today, okay? All the ladies are just rocking it today.
It's on the way.
Just keep maintaining the standards, girl. There is something delicious about this, and it's just so cool, the notion of being able to create your own ice cream.
Yes, without a churner.
Yes.
Without a churner.
Because I've always seen it done in a particular way, you know, so that's probably what stopped most people from having a little bit of fun and doing this.
Yeah.
This is also a really cool combination of flavors.
Yes.
Okay, so what's going on?
So here, I've got some butter in the pan.
Okay.
A bit of maple syrup.
Oh, nice.
And then we're gonna add our peaches.
And there ain't nothing wrong with maple-flavored syrup, guys. Maple syrup on its own, I know, is very expensive.
Yes.
Okay, because it's probably imported from, like, Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get that. So maple-flavored syrup is fine. We're not judgy.
Yeah, or
Not
honey.
bougie. Or honey.
Or honey also works well. You can use that in this recipe. Or sometimes, you know, just skip that and just make like a sugar syrup.
Yeah, and also, I mean, very often the tinned peaches come in their own syrupy water anyway, which is great, so reduce that down.
Cook that down,
Dig
cook the peaches in there, and then we're gonna add a bit of cinnamon, and then we're just gonna cook these down till they're nice and soft.
Oh, I like that. And I suppose you need to cook that cinnamon a little bit just to take the edge off.
Yes.
That flavour permeates
Also, cinnamon in desserts always just, it just sings.
And I think the key is restraint and balance.
Yeah.
So if you're going to introduce these kind of heady spices, make sure that there is a bit of balance and you don't go too far. I suppose,
Correct, yeah.
And cooking it through, I have a feeling, is going to take the edge off. Okay, this is where the alchemy, the magic happens now. What's going on in these bowls?
Cream.
Cream, all right.
Some cream cheese.
Oh.
And we're gonna fold these together.
Wow, I feel like there are life hacks happening right now. I feel like we are just expunging the 9 years of chef school or however long you guys have to study to become as brilliant as you are. No, but you never stop learning. You're in the University of Life, girl.
It doesn't, I feel like you learn more as a chef in working in the industry. And
the second someone puts you on live TV, everything changes. I think
I've
that's
learned so much.
Yeah, you become professionally yourself. I love that.
So I've added a bit of condensed milk in here.
Okay.
Some vanilla essence, and we're just gonna fold this through.
And I see you being very careful.
Yes, you don't want to knock any of the air out.
Okay, because you want the texture of the ice cream is as important as the flavor, right?
Yes, correct. There we go. And then slowly just incorporate that. And once this is all incorporated, then we'll fold in the rest of the cream.
Okay. I mean, that's starting to look like slightly melted ice cream already. That looks amazing.
And this is great because of the cream and the condensed milk. You don't actually like have to churn it so much. And that's why it works so well.
They've already got the consistency down. Very cool. So as we're reducing our peaches, I'm kind of a little alarm bells going off in my head. Like, really make sure that that cools before you add it to the rest of the mixture.
Otherwise,
okay, I get that. Oh, man.
There we
This is a danger. So yesterday we tried to make little gingerbread men. And we had basically ended up with enough batter left to make one because we ate so much of the batter.
Guys!
It was so delicious. You don't understand. Look, and it's Zozo's influence as well.
Oh,
because she's a
Zozo's-
bad eater.
okay,
yeah,
yes.
So that was my first
You should have
mistake, was
started
baking
there.
with her, yeah. But this, I warn you, there is each one of these individual elements looks tasty enough. I have snacked on the biscuit already. I've had a taste of the cream cheese. Is,
we need to keep
all
you
of these
away.
things, yeah. Just
we need a final dish.
and the problem is the Clover Classic
Clover
is also going to have a.
Classic.
It's
There
gonna
we
be
go.
plugged in just a moment. And this, I love it. There's something that is so simple and so enjoyable on its own is also so versatile. You can use it in so many different desserts. It can be enjoyed on its own for its timeless taste and its pourability. You can even just gloop it into your mouth straight. It's the hero ingredients, obviously, in our ice cream that's going to give it that beautiful creamy and a custard flavor that I think, again, is just going to balance things out. Because what, custard and peach, that's got to be one of, like, the...
It's classic.
They're OGs.
Yeah.
That is classic.
It's literally peaches and cream and custard. There we go.
Oh, wow.
A cup of that.
Okay, so we fold in the custard, and then I'm assuming we're going to fold in our...
yes.
I'm calling them biscuits. How did we create these little shards of joy?
Shards of joy. So it's shortbread that's baked. Just a good shortbread dough
So it's
that's
nice and
baked.
crunchy, okay.
Crumble it up. We can add it. We can add some to like our cream mixture, or you can just layer it. We're gonna layer.
Cool.
There we
okay,
go.
so as you do the layering, just talk me through
I'm
the
gonna
final
ask you
steps
to
here.
just
Okay.
lay the first. So you're just gonna layer like maybe spoon about 2 of those, 2
Okay.
to 3.
And then how long does this
going
need to go into the freezer for?
Until frozen. Until frozen, basically. Until frozen, if you have patience also.
Yeah. No, this is, I would imagine, just, you know, have something else to tide you over until this is ready because
Yes.
it's going to be amazing.
Oh, these peaches look beautiful.
I think this is beautiful. You can try, if
There
you've
we
got
go.
any tinned fruit, actually try something different. Post pictures if you're going to show us your creation. We'd love to see it. And of course, if you want to create this yourself, make your very own ice cream for the hot weather coming this weekend. You can find this recipe at expressoshow.com. Well done. Beautiful.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, and if you thought you were the only one having a bit of a bad skin day, then I urge you to take a closer look at your cat.
Yeah, man. Crazy as it seems, cats are way more prone to skin issues than many of us think. And it's really important to keep a very vigilant eye out for any early warning signs. So to help to stay informed, I continued my educational journey with this amazing team of vets to find out everything we and you need to know.
Just like us, we want our pets to be happy and healthy so they can enjoy the best of the good life. We know that cats are very good at grooming themselves, but every once in a while they are susceptible to some pretty serious skin conditions and diseases that can be caused by a myriad of factors. So I thought a great opportunity to connect with another amazing vet, Dr. Monica Berger, to find out about some of those warning signs.
Well, and you?
Good, thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks for letting me invade your space.
No, sure, you're welcome.
Who do we have here?
This is Jackson. He's one of my patients with severe skin allergies. It's a pretty special boy because he's got two types of allergies, which is not unique, but it is definitely not something we see every day. Yeah. So Jackson is just almost a year old now, and we've diagnosed him recently with a food allergy as well as environmental allergy as well as parasitic or flea bite dermatitis. So his immune system hates him and is trying to make his life miserable, but with good treatment and his mom doing everything right, he's perfectly under control at the moment with a flare up here and there that we are easily able to manage.
So maybe a good place to start with will be the prevalence of skin conditions and diseases within cats. How prevalent are they?
The prevalence of skin conditions in cats is actually not as prevalent as in dogs, and when they do have skin issues, it usually is as a result of parasite allergy, so flea bite allergy. In order for us to make that diagnosis of what is going on with that cat, we need to see that cat and be able to make a diagnosis whether it is a quick fix or if it is something more serious, but not as prevalent as you would find in dogs.
In dogs. That kind of highlights the complexity of the space that you're working in. So of these conditions, what are the most popular? What comes through your doors the most, and how serious can they be?
So the most common that I see for cats specifically would be flea bite allergies. And what's interesting is that even though your cat might actually have a food allergy underlying, if your fleas are not under control, that would present as your main allergy. So we often have to treat what we see and see what we're left with at the end of the day. It can get quite serious actually. Some cats, especially because they've got sharp claws and they have really sharp teeth, they self-traumatize their skin, and it can result in severe and serious secondary skin infections. We often get cats that need long courses of antibiotics and sometimes are so ill from scratching and secondary infection that they stop eating. So it can get quite serious, yeah.
That being said, how do we prevent?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So prevention is in cats it's a lot easier than with dogs because they are so allergic to flea bites. More than 70% of cats are allergic to flea bites. And so that's the most important thing, and a message that I can give to your viewers is always make sure that your flea control is up to date. Even if you've never seen a flea in your life, they are there. We live in Africa. There's lots of wildlife and lots of animals in this country. So make sure your flea treatment's up to date, and that's mainly your first thing that you can do to prevent. But unfortunately, it is a genetic disease, and they're born this way.
Hearing you talk about allergies kind of indicates to me that nutrition could possibly play a role. How do you involve nutrition in your action plan?
So before we go to the nutrition question, we have to make that diagnosis. So if it is something that the animal is allergic to in the environment, or whether it's a food that they're eating, we definitely want to be changing that cat's diet. So in Jackson's case, he's actually food allergic. So he's got a flea allergy, a food allergy, and an environmental allergy. So he's just allergic to everything. So that means he has to be on a special diet, like the Royal Canin hyperallergenic diet, which is a hydrolyzed protein diet. It takes away the allergen in the food so that he cannot have an allergic reaction to the food that he's eating. And that's what is really important to remember, is the food will not, just that one change will not fix the skin issue. It helps. This is a syndrome, and there's multifactorial. We have to hit every spot and to make sure that we get the skin 100% under control.
Then when do we need to come to see you? What are those warning signs that we need to get in to see our vet?
Yeah, so definitely when you start seeing open wounds, like we see on Jackson's ear here, he's having a bit of a flare-up at the moment. And so as soon as you see open skin or broken skin, or even if your cat just has a little bit of red skin or some flakiness on the skin, losing a lot of hair is usually a good indication that that skin isn't 100% happy, and then obviously a lot of vomiting. So cats, sometimes owners struggle to understand an itchy cat because they see scratching as the only sign of an itchy animal, but cats actually lick more than they scratch. So if your cat is vomiting from hairballs, it could be an indication that that cat is itchy and definitely needs to see a vet. So we can sort that out.
This little guy is clearly in seventh heaven. You have passed the bedside manner test as well. I think he's a very happy patient. Thank you so much. This has been really enlightening. I think ultimately we know our pets, especially our cats, who can be a bit mysterious, better than anyone else. So if you notice a change in their behavior and definitely a change in their skin condition, don't waste any time. Take your pet to the vet. You'll never be sorry.
Oh my word, right now, everyone watching the show online, please write a message saying that we need to do a calendar shoot at the end of the year. It's going to happen. Look at that. Scampy, topless. The dogs will be topless, and Ryle will be topless.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh my word. Scampy is a supermodel. We are so lucky to have him on set. He is going to be performing in just a moment. Look at that. Hey?
And if your cat or dog is due for a visit to the vet, I know Scampy's looking at me like, me? You might just be in luck, because if you spend more than 1,000 Rand on Royal Canin products, you stand the chance of winning one of 6 5,000 Rand product vouchers and put yourself in the running to win a grand prize valued at 10,000 bucks.
Ooh, that'll take you far. So for all the information that you need, you can scan the QR code that is on screen right now, or you can visit us online for all of those details, and then cross all of those lucky fingers and paws, and good luck. Hey, superstar. Wow, and we were there at the beginning.
Okay, I'm absolutely loving Scampy. We're going to get into perform for us in just a bit. And now that our four-legged family members are also sorted, we can look at fun ways to spend quality time with our loved ones this festive. And clearly, I'm already so excited that I'm here for it. But Christmas is more than exchanging gifts. It's about spending quality time with those closest to your heart. And this year, Woolies is making it even easier for the entire family to get together and celebrate Christmas in style. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So here to show us how to have a myriad time this festive season is, of course, our fashion editor, Nox Mafu, in the building.
Hello.
Nox, how are you doing?
Good, how are you? You are looking very festive.
I am feeling festive. I don't even feel like I'm working anymore. I'm just like, where's my presents?
Exactly.
Where's my cake and everything
else?
else?
Christmas season is here. I'm literally so excited.
But what, I know you're excited. I'm even more excited because I believe Woolies has something to make our memories even that much more special this festive. What you got for us?
So the PJ sets, I feel like when I think Christmas, I think time together with the family.
Yeah.
And Woolies is making Christmas Eve so much easier with these amazing PJ sets. Now, they come in a range of colors and sizes. And what I love about these is that they're actually made from 100% sourced cotton, which is wonderful. They've got these really fun prints, which are great for every part of the family. So if the ladies want something a little bit longer, and then, of course, you're wearing something a little bit more of a two-piece, so we've got that going for the guys. But also, from our babies and our little girls, we've got some amazing sizes. What I love also is that they've got quite breathable, and I'm sure you can find that it's quite easy for you to sit through, but also these colors are to die for. Look at the buttons.
Oh my
gosh. It's absolutely amazing. So it really is quite easy and breathable, which is so important when you're relaxing. But of course, we've also got these amazing bibs, which, I mean, could be for your furry friends, hint, hint.
Hey, well, hang on a second. Isn't this what Scampy was?
Well,
Scampy!
All for
I see you.
You see, fashion-forward puppies also. So, I mean, I love this because it's also a very great gift idea for if you want to get for your family, you know. But also just spending time together, being comfortable, great cottons that are soft to the touch, and you look great.
Do I? Well, look, I know secretly deep down, I actually love matching with people. It's like a thing of mine. I don't tell anyone this, but when I go out, and I'm like, oh, nice jacket, a nice top. And I'm like, let's take a picture together. It's so awkward, but I actually deep down inside
I love it.
I think when you're making a memory for something like Christmas especially, what better way than to get everybody dressed up the same?
100%.
But it's always tough to try and find clothing that looks the same, which I get Gramps or Grandma to knit it all together.
Absolutely.
She's going to get like carpal tunnel syndrome.
Exactly. And also to get the fit right is the most important thing. And And I think there's a really big focus on making sure our girls, boys, babas, and furry friends and our gents are really comfortable.
So let's put it to the test. Let's get a makeshift family here. Let's bring a family for me and see how we can...
Time to create the Christmas
do
card.
our family portrait together.
My gosh.
So Martha and Kate are looking so good.
And then I think you need to join the family. There we go. So we have, I really love this. And I think for each of them, you know, different bodies, different shapes. I think everyone's really enjoying a lot of comfort at the moment. Yeah. So it comes in a range of, you know, sets. We've got the grey one behind us, but I think the red screams Christmas Eve, which is great.
Scampy, you ready for our family picture? You guys ready? Are you ready? Let's get in there. All right. 3, 2, 1, let's say family. Oh, that's Christmas. Nailed it. Williams, I love what you've done here. I love that you've added some extra fun to this, and I believe you can get all of this online, in-store, or on the app, so we have no excuse not to match this Christmas and make it even that much more festive. So me and the family are going to get some more pictures, and you should do the same. Go get your Christmas on. All right, family, let's go. More picture time. 3, 2, 1. Cheers!
You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Don't miss out! We've got exclusive deals that will leave your budget smiling. That's right! Save big with Vodacom's Black Friday deals and unlock up to 75% off this November. Get the Nokia Fast Mile router for only $349 per month. You'll save a massive 19,800 Rand. Plus, get 75% off data when you add a 30 gig monthly recurring bundle to any new contract this November for just 175 Rand per month. Further together, Vodacom!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
That little Scampy, is he scampered off, eh?
It's the cuteness of the dog. If you didn't see that earlier, this little dog Scampy, it captured everything.
Oh, I love it. All right, so let's get outdoors. Let's explore this beautiful city of ours. The Mother City has so much to offer all year round, but in summer, there is something special about Cape Town.
Indeed there is. Now, Uncle Tabzi, our investigative journalist, it seems, took time away at the Pretty Hotel by Marriott, Cape Town Waterfront Breakwater Lodge, to show you the perfect Cape vacation spot. Take a peek at this.
Listen to me, you are going to love this one. I'm introducing you to an absolute gem today, Cape Town, located right in the Mother City next to the V&A waterfront and overlooking the Table Mountain. It is Protea Hotel, Cape Town Waterfront Breakwater Lodge. Oh, what a hotel. Yes, it's in a prime location, but the fact that it's actually housed in a 19th century building with such an incredibly rich history is something to note. And today I get to immerse myself in all of this beauty and the history of it all. And you get to come with me. Let's go.
Are you
part of our membership program, Marriott Bonvoy.
I'm not a member yet. Tell me more, Sinazo.
If I do enroll you to become a member today, you get up to 30% off relaxed spa treatments and up to 30% off an accommodation. And there's also a Savor the Flavor voucher, where if you do go at the restaurant for lunch today, you get a free dessert.
Okay, so you've mentioned two of my favorite things. Spa, okay, I'm in. Dessert, you're after my heart. There's no doubt about it. The one thing I was most looking forward to was seeing the incredible views from this beautiful location. I mean, Cape Town is big and there are scenic views everywhere you turn, but to be at the doorstep of Table Mountain and have the V&A waterfront across the road from you, come on. Colin, thank you so much for making the time to chat to me about this magnificent location. I love your hotel. It's beautiful, and you've got to tell me and give me a breakdown of some of those highlight and standout features here.
So our guests are intrigued by the setting. As you enter the hotel, you're faced with 4 castellated turrets, which has historical significance. The property features 193 well-appointed bedrooms, a full workout gym, a relaxed spa facility, and a more recent addition is our multifunctional conference center that caters up to 700 guests.
We've got to speak about the location. Anyone who has ever read or heard of Cape Town knows that they've got to make a stop at the V&A waterfront, which is the vicinity in which you are located. What makes it so special?
So I'd say our location is unbeatable. It's in the heart of the famous Victoria and Alfred waterfront. We are stone's throw away from the Cape Town Stadium and approximately 8 kilometers away from Clifton and Camps Bay beaches.
But the building itself, Colin, I read somewhere, has such an incredible history. I mean, this used to be a prison.
So the Breakwater prison was constructed in 1860 to house British convicts working on the breakwater. This eventually allowed the harbour to be built. Another interesting feature is the treadmill, which is tucked in the corner of the isolation cells, which was built in 1902.
Well, Colin, thank you so much for your time. I am ready to just get into it. I'm going to be zooting around, going to the aquarium, checking out everything that I can. I haven't got much time, and you haven't got much time, so I'll let you go.
Of course, thank you. Anytime.
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I've just been fed here at the Stonebreakers restaurant by the hotel. And first stop, I'm thinking, should be the aquarium because it's right across the road. So let's go find Nemo, okay? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. With over 8,000 marine creatures on show at the Two Oceans Aquarium, I mean, there's nothing not to love about it. And it doesn't matter whether you're bringing yourself on a solo date like I did, one man, or if you are bringing the entire family. I'll tell you one thing. If you're going to bring the kids, you're going to earn loyalty points with them. Trust me. So I have challenged myself to start exploring more of our own home, and I'd like you to try and do that too. And while you're at it, why don't you book yourself a stay at the Protea Hotel by Marriott Cape Town Waterfront Breakwater Lodge. Trust me, you won't regret it, you will love it, and you will keep coming back for more because there's so much more to see in Cape Town.
There is still some food left. They will make you your own curry. I promise you. That curry, that bunny chow looked amazing. Look, I've been there, I've spent some time in that space. It's amazing, different vibe, absolutely beautiful, man.
I think of it like you should spend your holidays at Marriott International, okay? Not only do you get 15% off when you stay 3 nights or more with the stay longer on us offer at the Marriott hotels, but Marriott wants you to be a double winner as well.
That means 2 lucky winners stand a chance to explore one of the hotels in the Marriott International Group across South Africa.
Yes.
Some gems with a 2-night stay. And all you got to do, tell us which hotel you'd like to explore this festive season by replying to our competition post on our Expresso Facebook or our Twitter pages. And of course, don't forget to hashtag it Marriott Bonvoy.
Indeed, T's and C's always apply. And if you're looking for a website, it's your favorite one, expressoshow.com for all the details.
Plan your next Cape Town getaway home to the world-renowned Table Mountain, breathtaking mountain ranges, stunning natural wonders, thrilling landscapes, and picturesque ocean vistas. Get from 15% off when you stay 3 nights or more and recharge even longer with the Stay Longer on Us offer. This offer is valid at participating Marriott International hotels in South Africa and Africa. Book now on emea.marriott.com.
Hey.
Look at that, eh?
Back in
the boys. It's the boys. They don't let all 3 of us ever be on together, but we just did this anyway.
I think there's a reason for that.
Because we had to. No, we've got some good news, guys. We want you to experience Red and unlock more with Vodacom Red. There are some amazing rewards and benefits that simply cannot be missed this month. So switch and unlock summer and munch while you do it.
It is time to do that. Vodacom is the first telecommunications company in Africa to offer, listen to this, Prime Video Mobile Edition. And they've just announced that all new, existing and upgrading customers are now eligible to subscribe to Prime Video or Prime Video Mobile Edition, regardless of price plan, whether prepaid or contract. Let us celebrate. You guys watch Prime Video?
Yeah, of course.
I was watching the terminal list. It is so cool. Chris Pratt is like, he's a boss. He's a boss.
And he got proper in shape for that. I love it. These guys, they live a different life. For me, it's a problem. I love the boys, okay, but it's like
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, completely. But it's the kind of thing I can only watch on my own late at night, or so being able to watch it on my mobile device is pretty much the only way I can watch it. Because it's definitely for grown-ups. But that and the Rings of Power, dude. I'm a J.R. Tolkien nut.
Who isn't?
You're in my head. That's exactly the thing. I just finished it.
He is the highest grossing anybody. As an entertainment rights, J.R.R. Tolkien has made more money than any other brand in the history of entertainment. Crazy, but The One Ring, awesome.
Cool. Something you can literally go back and watch and watch and watch, and there's so much on there. Like I mentioned, the Chris Pratt's terminal list.
Yeah.
For me, it's still top of the list. I actually haven't finished that, so you've given me every reason to do that. Now maybe I can do it on my mobile device. How cool is this? Yes!
Ready. We are ready for you. And I mean, that's the great thing about Prime Video Mobile Edition. It's a single device, mobile-only Prime Video subscription where customers benefit from Prime Video's full catalog of thousands of movies and TV series available on multiple devices. You can also stream original content or download and watch later in standard definition with the Prime Video app on your mobile phone. Just there, all
the game has changed, So first up, sign up as a prepaid customer, then get a 30-day free trial with 10 gigs of data, then 3 gigs thereafter for only 59 Rand. 59 Rand per month. Or sign up as a contract customer and then get 3 months on Vodacom. On them, thereafter only pay 79 Rand per month. So to sign up to Prime Video Mobile Edition, do it through Vodacom and simply visit voda.com/Prime Video, and all those T's and C's do apply.
Yeah, they do. Now with Vodacom Summer, you are not just a player, you are always a champion. So switch to Red and unlock Summer and stand a chance to win 500 million Rand in cash and rewards. Yes, 500 million. Rand.
Get out.
Wow.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 on a 600-minute Red Calm or voice plan. Plus, get a free hotel voucher. Further together, Vodacom.
We got you covered. 24-hour long wear, new skincare and ingredients, better skin by the day, diverse shades, transfer resistant and waterproof, for all skin, for every life. New Color Stay Longwear Makeup.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Feel Good Breakfast Show. That's what it is. Expresso and Robin Reed. I introduced you to her a little earlier. And she had the stage with some of the biggest names in South African music, such as Jared Ricketts, Lady Samar, Mikasa, Craig Lucas. That's just to name a few. And she's got a performance for you. Before we get there, I just need to ask Robin, because it's the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it your first time performing on Expresso? How are the nerves?
A bit calm now.
That's good. This is
Thank
great.
you, guys. Thank you.
I think it's such a great coincidence that you're a teacher and your surname is Reed. So I'd like you to just help us out. There's a grade 12 today about to go into some exams. One of them is information technology a little bit later. For anybody, as a teacher, how do we calm them down? What would you say would be the best way to just take a break and
Breathing
ease?
technique.
Really?
Breathing through the nose, through down to the diaphragm, out the mouth. Zen.
Is there a song that you feel would calm anybody down and get them ready for an exam?
I feel like I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. Hey, that's always a good song to calm the kids down, man. You see the church aspect comes in again.
I have another song. How about another song, like a meditative song?
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of DJ Spoo and Zahara's Lengoma?
Oh, yeah.
It's got a calming, but yet a lit. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
a lit
yeah.
and calm.
Yeah, no,
do you
that's
think
one
we
of
can
my
do that
favorites.
one?
Of course.
Okay, let's do a lit and calm session for you. Grade 12, and anybody who now wants to be entertained, Robin Reed is here for you. Lengoma, and breathe.
Abantu dala benvaleni ndlela besithi andiyonto futhi ndiyaboniswa kodwa ingoma engaphakathi kwami ibalisibali nomuma nokuvuka komntu nolongwabulu ngapheliyo abantu ndala benvaleni ndlela besithi andiyonto futhi ndiyaboniswa kodwa ingoma engaphakathi kwami ibalisibali noma nokuvuka komntu nolongwabulu ngaphelilo ndathanda suyivele ngoma isobuso lelube funolo wakho inikitembelitsha ndathanda suyivele ngoma isobuso lelube funolo wakho inikitembelitsha Kundalo sithi nyawo zam ndise ndikonke umndisikwat leziyo ndize apho kunye njena uphefumlo wam nahlokene kundalo sithi nyawo zam ndise ndikonke umndisikwat leziyo ndize apho kunye njena uphefumlo wam nahlokene ndathanda suyivele ngoma isobuso lelube funolo wakho inikitembelitsha ndathanda suyivele ngoma isobuso lelube funolo wakho inikitembelitsha
Do you know that people couldn't even clap? We were all entranced in what was a beautiful, beautiful performance of Len Goma, and that was calming. It was amazing, and I hope that further validates the fact that you deserve to be on whatever stage you find yourself on. You have incredible talent, Robin Reed, and also DJ Sbu. That's the fire you're actually looking for, Mania, just letting you know. But here's some news from around the world. Here's Ra.
Oh, I absolutely love that performance and can't wait for the rest of it. For now, though, it's time to take a look at our national headlines. First up, the Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongwana, says the country's major metros owed Eskom more than R1 billion at the end of September. Now, we said Eskom is holding talks with the relevant metro councils. However, some, including the Johannesburg Metro, have questioned the amounts owed. Now, Godongwana said the Buffalo City Municipality's account was up to date, and Tshwane and Eskom have signed a payment agreement. Now, Eskom said payment reminders have also been sent to Cape Town and Ekurhuleni. Sticking to our national news headlines, the South African Space Agency, otherwise known as SANSA, and its American counterpart NASA have signed an agreement for the development of a space research base at Matjiesfontein in the central Karoo. Now, the Western Cape's Minister of Economic Opportunities, Mariella Ovenga, says the agreement will enable NASA to better explore the moon's surface and send astronauts to Mars. Ovenga says it's hoped that the investment will also create jobs and attract visitors to the station. Now, from our national news headlines, we head over to international news, and some interesting ones at that. Now, Twitter has fired nearly all of its staff in Ghana, home to its only office in Africa. Now, the layoffs are part of a global staff cull introduced by new boss Elon Musk. Now, Twitter's Ghana office was opened with quite some fanfare last year, and the company said it wished to be more, and quote, immersed in African conversations. Now, an anonymous employee said staff's normal salary would be paid until the end of the contract at the beginning of next month. And on Friday, Elon Musk tweeted that employees had been offered 3 months of severance. Well, sticking to international news, American actor Sean Penn has given his Oscar to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky during a visit to the capital, Kiev. Now, Penn, who is known for his political activism as much as he is for his films, fled Ukraine in March while filming a documentary about the conflict. But later he said he was considering joining the Ukrainian forces to fight against Russia. Now, Kremlin officials previously added Penn and fellow actor Ben Stiller to Russia's stop list, meaning they are banned from entering the country. Well, next up, on somewhat of a very much lighter note and an exciting one indeed, 4 people, including humanitarian and founder of Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, will be receiving honorary doctorates from the University of the Western Cape next month. Now, the other recipients are theologian and political activist Dr. Ellen Busak and the academics profs Zoe Wickham and Kwesi Kwa Pra. Now, for the first time in UWC's history, gold medals will also be conferred at the gala ceremony on November the 30th, dedicated to recognizing individuals who have acted with excellence and distinction to improve the lives of others for 2021 and 2022. Now, UWC Rector and Vice Chancellor Professor Tyrone Pretorius said the list of recipients was indeed worthy of UWC's recognition and abiding appreciation for their national and international contributions to all spheres of society and for the upliftment of people through arts, literature, law, humanitarianism, academia, as well as advocacy. Well, at a very exciting note, I'll leave you with the rest of the headlines. Here's Carl giving us the latest when it comes to the roads and traffic.
Thanks a lot, Ryle. Let's take a peek at the traffic. If you haven't left the house yet, I want to get you through this. So Midrand, Johannesburg. Let's start there. There's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 southbound. That's at Allendale Road. The right lane has been affected and there is slow-moving traffic, so try and make your way around that. And then Kempton Park, staying in Joburg, there has been an accident on the R24 eastbound at OR Tambo International. The right lane is closed. You can expect some delays over there. And then Cape Town, in the Brackenfell area, there is congestion on the R300 North at the N1 inbound ramp. Please expect delays and try and plan your route on your way to work this morning. That's it for your traffic. Let's take a peek at the weather. Let's start with weather news. The South African Weather Service forecasts warm weather today for most parts of the country and rain and thunderstorms over certain areas this afternoon. But yesterday, the general picture was quite different as emergency services in the Tshwane Metro were on standby after parts of the metro were flooded due to heavy rain. Areas affected were Mamelodi, Centurion, Soshanguve and Hammanskraal. Disaster management spokesperson Charles Mabaso said preliminary feedback showed that nobody had been left homeless. There was, however, one loss of life as a result of the flooding in the Morotele local municipality in Northwest. Cleanup work was being done to bring relief to communities. Several settlements in the area were flooded and many homes and infrastructure were damaged. The Mayor Masango Manyike said some 300 people were being helped. He said a municipal technical task team, public works and other stakeholders had been deployed to provide assistance. As always, thoughts and prayers are with you. We got your back. Now, final weather update features some amazing pictures, and let's start off with you, Caro Dussenville, who snapped this blissful ocean view whilst enjoying some fresh air out on Umdloti Beach. Desiree from Pietermaritzburg captured a calming view while she enjoys a cup of tea. Ismail shared his view whilst on the way to a holiday, stopping off at Peregrine Farm Store in Grabo, one of my favorites, and snapped this floral view of stunning pink flowers. And last up, we have Geraldo, all the way in Mexico, staying tuned to his feel-good breakfast show, Mucho Gusto, Gracias por ver, and showing off this breathtaking shot from his hotel. What a perfect way to start any day. Do share your sunrise views, clearly anywhere in the world, 063-408-8863. Now, let's take a closer look at your temperatures to find out exactly what you need to wear today. Polokwane, let's do this. 15 is your minimum to a max of 27, an 80% chance of rain. Bombela, 16 to 24 degrees Celsius. Pretoria, you can expect a nice warm 28 from a low of 15 this morning. Joburg, you go up to 26 as a maximum from a minimum of 13. You can also expect some rain. Now, my king, you a little cloudy today, but it's looking really good. 31 is the max from a low of 16. Klerksdorp, also nice and clear. 30 is the max from a low of 17. Kimberley, rain coming your way, 46% chance, 17 to 30. Bloemfontein, you're on 15 this morning, rising to 28 degrees Celsius. Over to Richards Bay, 21 is your high from a low of 18. Rain expected. Pietermaritzburg, 20 is your maximum from a low of 14. Durban, 59% chance of rain, 20 to 22 today. Umtata, you've got a cloudy day ahead, 13 to 18. East London, 18 is also your max from a low of 16. You've got some rain expected. Cradock, you've got 13 on the cards this morning, and the temperature goes up to 26 a little later. Gqeberha, you've got 17 to 18. George, 12 to 18 today. And then Cape Town, 14 to 25. Worcester, you can expect a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius from a low of 11. Sutherland, 23 is your high from a low of 8. And then Upington, always topping the temperatures. 36 is your maximum from a low of 19. You've got a 40% chance of rain and, of course, some thunder as well. That wraps up the weather details for you in a feel-good breakfast show. But that's not the end of the show. There's more.
Hey man, you wear shorts. Do you play golf?
Well, not on a golf course, but I do play golf digitally. So does that count like I'm playing a video game?
There's one question every golfer's asking. Is it as frustrating when you play online as in real life?
It's a little bit less, because you don't have to walk after the ball. You know, who's the chump now?
It's going to be awesome. Now, we've got some great apps that you can use if you are a golfer, and we're going to get into a little bit of gaming fun as well. He ain't going anywhere. You can start warming up. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you like it?
That looks nothing like a golf shot.
Dad, I hope you're ready. We've got to go. Guys! Okay, guys, come on, come on.
Mola mntanam. Ebethuna.
We connect all of Mzansi so that everyone can be more of what they're made of. Live your Monate.
Stand the chance to win an Island Tribe hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand and a pair of premium handcrafted Prior eyewear to the value of 1,490 Rand every week. Simply answer the weekly competition question by replying to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. Don't forget to include hashtag Join the Tribe and Prior eyewear. Tame the sun with Island Tribe. The competition closes 30 November. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's my 3 favorite T's. Tech, talk, Thursday. That's what it is on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Grant Hines joins us for a lovely chat around a brand new game. And this game, if you love golf, we mentioned this earlier, the PGA Tour, it's back in the form of 2K23 for gaming consoles. You get to experience the quiet anticipation before a swing from a roster. Let me do this as a golf commentator, world's best golfers out there that get to control. Grant Hines joins us for a review of this amazing game. Grant, field's looking good. What are your thoughts?
Wow. You have nailed... You just unlocked a memory of my dad going on road trips in December, and I think a lot of people are going to be doing this, where the father in the car insists on playing the cricket. And there's a 5-day test match over the radio, and you can't see what's going on.
No.
And you're 7 years old. And you're like, when is this going to end? And these people are whispering. Okay, sorry.
But it's
brought up
good.
a bad memory.
It's good. No, but
that is boredom.
It's great. But it's great that we can actually have those memories, and this is why the game is so important. So 2K23 on the PGA, sort of in the tour series of the gaming. Yes. Is it a welcome part of the franchise? Is it updated? Is it feeling good?
It's updated. People are really excited to hear it. We skipped a year, so we had PGA Tour 2K21, which was the previous one. Now PGA Tour 2K23. It's here, so 2 years later, and it is pretty much what you expect. It is a simulator in terms of it's the most simulation golf that you can get. It's got and I think it leans a little bit too much in that direction.
Okay.
It's got a bunch of fun things that they've added. You can build your own courses, which is a lot of fun, especially if you've got friends coming around. You can either emulate the courses that you often play at home, or you can build your own wild courses that you'd like to build. So I think it's a little bit serious. It's got Tiger Woods in and a bunch of famous people. It's even got Michael Jordan. Actually, they've added Michael Jordan.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so there's some famous sportsmen that aren't necessarily affiliated with golf that have played golf that you can play as, which is rad. But because it leans so much in the simulation sphere of things, I think it can get a little bit boring. If you think, look, to clarify, I often think that golf is an organized waste of time. So so, Ryle's having a good laugh. If you wanted to get rid of an entire day, I think it's the same as a test match cricket. 5 days, come on. There's no sport that deserves the attention of 5 days. I'm like one match. You know what I mean? My dad, and he played it on the radio the whole time. Those 5 days.
I feel like did I lift a plastic? You just dumped on golf and cricket just like that. But
look, I understand the appeal to golf. I've had fun playing golf. My dad loves golf. Golf's a big part of my family. My brother loves golf. But every time they invite me to play, I usually politely decline because it takes most of the day. I'm terrible at it. There's somebody behind you pushing the full ball. So it's going, hey man, are you guys done yet? Or can we go ahead of you? And I'm the one that's costing, and I've got I don't know, 4 or 5 balls over, so I'm never in par. Definitely not a birdie.
I need to ask, with all these games coming out, the simulator factor, you said it leans too much in that. Is there story mode? Is there something that gives you something deeper? Because that's what I love about these sport games.
No, I think FIFA and NBA, for instance, do that a lot better and approach that a lot better. This focuses a lot on mechanics. So those people that are into golf and appreciate the mechanics of the swings and how the field is positioned, especially on the green. Cool. You're going to really enjoy those aspects of it.
Okay.
And obviously you can play in a party mode, so you can actually take turns with, like, you have friends around and take turns. And then for serious golf fans, I think one of the biggest attractions is that you can play on your world's favorite golf course, you know, as your favorite golfer, and see what it's like. Have a simulated experience of that. And there's no other space to do that right now than in PGA Tour 2K20.
Player-wise, did they get the rights to some of the big names? You mentioned Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan. Any other names that popped up?
Look, so I actually don't understand who the good golfers are. I don't know if, like, Retief Goosen is in it or any of the stuff. But there's a few nods to some fun things.
Okay,
so
cool,
there's you can get a hockey stick as a golf club.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. There we go. The only golf that's worth watching.
Yes.
So they have a few. Again, they have some fun stuff, but they don't really lean into that. Like, they could really make that cool. And there's a couple of mini games which help with your chipping, which would be considered party games.
Yeah.
But they're not, like, fleshed out enough. You know, I think Volta and FIFA is their version of that.
Yes.
And even Volta is a little bit more fleshed out. It's nearly its own game in its own in the series. So I think I would reserve, in my review, I would reserve PGA Tour 2K23 for hardcore golfers who love their golf. There's nothing that's going to touch this right now. But if you weren't into golf and you wanted to find a golf game that was gonna, you know, maybe get you into it, this probably is not going to be it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a gap in the market there, because, you know, I'm sure there's another mode. You know, you mentioned Volta, a Nashi course mode is something that they could add more story. Putt-putt as well. Especially party mode as putt-putt would be perfect.
So much fun. Imagine playing with Tiger Woods in a putt-putt mode.
2K23, maybe they just want it to be really sort of on the lines of what the professionals want, and I get it completely. So, I mean, this is, if you love your golf, if you don't think it's an organized waste of time, then this is a game for you. But overall, impressed, not impressed? Give me like an overall review of the game. So just say you're professional.
I'm going to be super honest. I think that it's, as somebody that isn't into golf, it's a little bit underwhelming.
All right.
But I can see myself having a really good time if I played with my dad, for instance.
Okay, perfect.
You know, like, we're not going to go out on the golf course, but I'll challenge you. I'll challenge you to golf in game. Promise.
Okay, there we go. I love that, and it's great. So, 2K23, it's out, of course, but a little later, Grant's got some really great golfing apps for you. So if you are into your golf, he is going to, in an organized fashion, not waste your time.
Okay, so we've spoken to the armchair warriors. Let's speak to the actual golfers now. And of course, there is an unbelievable opportunity to be inspired by some of the best golfers in the world on local shores at one of the biggest tournaments ever, in fact.
Yes, we're talking about the Nedbank Golf Challenge. And of course, this is something that maybe Grant and his dad would like to go and watch because it is obviously Africa's biggest challenge. It's underway at the Gary Player Country Club, and it's happening today with a field of local and international golfers looking to make their mark.
Now, this tournament has an incredible history. In fact, it was first staged back in 1981 and has gone on to become an integral part of the European Tour circuit.
Yeah, so our sports reporter Mike Pedro was at the course to find out more about the tournament. So let's check it out.
2022 marks the 40th anniversary of one of the most prestigious golf tournaments on the African continent, the Nedbank Golf Challenge. We take you behind the scenes at the tournament to find out exactly what it takes to put on such an event and a bit of history about the competition. So who better to chat to about where the tournament has come from and where the tournament is going than the tournament director. Ken, thank you very much for joining us. In terms of the tournament itself and the 40-year history, how have you sort of come to this position of being Africa's major, so to say?
We're really, really excited this year. Our 40th edition, the very first one, 1981, Mr. Johnny Miller winning it, and to the last, Tommy Fleetwood, that incredible playoff in 2019. So it's been unbelievable years of world-class golf and on an iconic golf course. It's a partnership with Sun International, Sun City and Nedbank, and now recently with the DP World Tour. So we can't wait to get started.
The Nedbank Golf Challenge is not just about the quality of the golfers, it's also about what the experience offers for fans, players, as well as the players' families. Who better to chat to about all those aspects than resort manager Brett Hoppy? Brett, thank you very much for joining us. From a hospitality and catering point of view, what exactly does it take to put on a tournament like this?
Well, first of all, thanks for being here. I think it's really, really exciting to be back with live eventing. So obviously the Nedbank is a monumental undertaking in terms of the logistics, food and beverage, catering, rooms, accommodation, etc. So I think in and around the food and beverage and the entertainment aspects, you know, we're really focusing on giving people just an incredible experience, you know, from the Valley of Waves evening to the Boma. Those are really exciting things for us to do. The players love it, the players' families really love it. But I think, you know, most importantly for us is to give the fan, you know, a great day out, a great experience.
We want to make sure that we get world-class players, the top golfers from a world rankings perspective, to come and play here at Sun City and enjoy the facilities. And what we try and do is, from a resort perspective, in the way of encouraging those best players to come here, is to bring your wife, bring your family, bring your kids, and while you're busy playing golf for millions of dollars, we will look after your family. So that is our philosophy, and that will never change going forward.
We've highlighted the many offerings that are here at the Gary Player Country Club around the Nedbank Golf Challenge. Now it's time to find out what we can expect on the course itself. With me, I have veteran golf journalist Michael Flismus. Michael, thanks very much for joining us. From a South African perspective, how important is this tournament for our local players?
It's always been huge for our South Africans. You know, there's an aspirational effect amongst the South Africans that compete in this event. In this year's field, you've got Christian Besaidnout, Dean Burmester. These are golfers that started on the Sunshine Tour. They progressed to the DP World Tour, won on the DP World Tour. Now, Christian and Dean are PGA Tour members and doing exceptionally well there, and coming back now to play in the Nedbank Golf Challenge. That's the kind of journey that a South African professional can make in this event.
Well, I think the real focus for us is delivering an entire experience, from food and beverage to entertainment and then to the quality of golf. So before play, great food, tournament spectating, great opportunities to get close to the golfers and really enjoy the golf at a close-up type of view. And then moving on as we go into the evenings, it's really the entertainment and everything that kicks in and makes it very, very special by comparison to other sports events. You know, typically you go and spectate and then you go home. This is not the case with Sun City, and with the spectacle of the resort, you know, we really privileged to have a canvas to work with. So we've got stages and pools, we've got Valley of Waves, beach parties, bomas. You know, there's a massive number of peripheral events going on which are spectacular in themselves. But when you conjoin all of that, you know, it provides a real quality entertainment experience.
The Nedbank Golf Challenge takes place between the 10th and the 13th of November here at the Gary Player Country Club, where players from around the world and South Africa will compete for a prize purse of $7.5 million.
Oh, it's a magical thing. Okay, so is it still an organized waste of time if you can win $1 million at the end of it?
No.
I think then it's okay.
I'll take $1 million. I'll take $1 million.
See something, not just listen to the radio. So this is like up your alley now, right?
That's massive. So if you are an actual golfer, there is some tech to help you out, yes?
Yes, definitely. We've got a bunch of apps that can help you out on the course and improve your game.
Can they find your ball?
And if you're not into the apps and you want to come back to the physical realm, then I'm going to be going through a golf-inspired workout. Don't know what to expect, but it's going to be fun, and you can join in on all of that action. So from the lads out here, we'll be right at you in just a bit, so don't go anywhere.
4.
Bar.
Where's
A bank that lets me run my farm from the sky.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Crush is about to unlock your 100%. On this exciting new TV show, you can realize your potential and live your dreams.
I dream of cooking in a 5-star restaurant.
I dream of singing to the world.
Buy any Crush and share a video of why it should be you to our WhatsApp line or upload it on our socials, tagging Clover Crush and hashtag Crush. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're carrying on with a theme this morning which seems to be very much about golf. Now, the Cape Town Disabled Open brings golfers with physical or sensory disabilities together and showcases the tremendous disabled golf talent that we have in the country. And not only does the event feature golfers with wonderfully inspiring life stories, but it also coincides with National Disability Awareness Month. So what a perfect occasion this is. Now, David Watts completed a 4-shot victory over Iglin Grobler to claim the title and add to his wins at the Ibotsa Irene KwaZulu-Natal and Tshwane Disabled Opens, respectively. So here to tell us more about the tour and the event itself is media liaison Craig Sturton, as well as David Watts. Gents, how are we doing this morning?
Yeah, right, well, thank you.
I'm fantastic, man. I'm getting into the spirit of golf here, seeing all the benefits, both digitally and physically. But I want to talk about this because this is absolutely incredible. David, maybe I can just chat to you first about your golfing career, so to speak. I mean, firstly, what exactly is your disability and the category that you play in? And how is it kind of divided or separated in terms of those categories?
Yeah, so obviously I play in the physical disabled category. I was born with fibular hemimelia, which is basically I was missing my fibular bone and growth plate in my left leg, so it didn't grow to the extent that it should have. So I had a series of operations basically while I was growing, and my leg was lengthened about 23 centimeters. And yeah, so that's effectively why I play in that category, which obviously falls under Les Entrées, which is quite a broad category in the disabled golf world.
All right. Okay, how long have you been playing for?
So I started when I was about 10. Obviously, I mean, I couldn't play contact sports. I couldn't play rugby and whatnot. I did used to play a bit of cricket when I was growing up. But then, yeah, so I started playing golf kind of during rugby season. And, yeah, it bug bits and didn't stop.
Oh, I'm glad it didn't stop because it's allowed you the opportunity to showcase your incredible talent, man, and have so much fun throughout the years, which I'm going to chat about in just a bit because this year has been incredible. But Craig, let me hit it up to you because your organization, this association, it's incredible what I think you guys are doing. For you, though, how important is it to be able to have an opportunity like this where we can showcase all our talent and have sort of an equal opportunity for everybody to play the game and enjoy it at the same time?
Yeah, so I think generally speaking, if you look at other sports like cricket, rugby, as David referenced, now your physical limitations sort of restrict your ability to play sport, whereas what South African Disabled Golf Association does so well is they cater for people that have physical or sensory disabilities and just have a love for the game. So for those who are physically disabled or are deaf, and play the game quite well and have a handicap index of less than 18.4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They play what is known as medal, which is basically you finish out every hole, you count every shot, all this kind of stuff, and there's that opportunity for them, but obviously not everyone is that necessarily that that gifted from a physical standpoint or from a golf talent standpoint.
Yeah.
And for those people, the opportunity to play a Stableford format, which is essentially a points-based system, which basically awards points relative to your score to par on a given hole.
Okay.
I think what SADGA and what the world of disabled golf does so well is, irrespective of your abilities, if you have a passion for the game, there is a place for you within it.
That's pretty cool. I love that. I love it. So it allows everybody to enjoy that passion, everybody to stimulate it, and still get like a little bit of that competitive feel, which I think is healthy for the most part. David, let me hit it back to you because like we were saying earlier, you've had an incredible career, and this year especially has been phenomenal. I mean, you've, from what I'm looking at you, you've won 5 tournaments already in the season. Well done, firstly. That is impressive stuff. I mean, especially a game like this that can be so frustrating. And with any sport, there comes its challenges. What do you put that success to? I mean, how do you denote that success? Is it just the mindset? Are you practicing constantly? Or is it an amalgamation of a few things?
Yeah, look, so I mean, I put a lot of hours in and a lot of effort into it. And, you know, I mean, obviously I only started playing disabled golf this year. My first tournament was at Ibotsi back in April. So yeah, kind of when I started, I didn't quite know what to kind of expect going into it. And I managed to play very well that week. It was actually quite a tough week. The weather was really bad. And, you know, I came away with the win and it gave me a lot of confidence. You know, and you know, I carried on working hard and I was able to build on that. And, you know, I played a couple of international events this year as well, which I haven't done as well as what I would have liked. But it showed me how hard that you need to work and how strong the competition is around the world. And so yeah, so I've really worked hard this year at trying to improve, and hopefully I've got one tournament left this year, later this month in Portugal. So if I can try and take what I've had, my success in South Africa, and apply it overseas, it would be a nice way to end the year.
Oh, it definitely would. And I think everybody out in South Africa has definitely got your back and definitely supporting you on this incredible journey that you're on. And I think with every game, it's just going to get better and better with the experience that you've got and with the country behind you. It's going to be a goodie. Look, gents, I can't thank you enough again for being out here, for sharing about this incredible tournament. Craig, I definitely wish you nothing but the best of success as you incorporate more of the players that we have in our country to allow them to enjoy the game, to enjoy the passion that they have for it. And like I said, I just wish that you have an incredible career and finish off this year strong. Yeah, gents, beautiful stuff. Of course, golfing action does continue. I'm going to be doing a work a little bit later, but before we get to that, let's catch up with the gents and find out what's happening.
Yep, we're back with our tech expert, Grant Hines, and it's time to find out how your inner Tiger Woods can be connected to with a few top-quality golfing apps. So yes, as the gents we've just spoken to have proven, it's hard work, lots and lots of hard work, consistency, but a little help to improve your game will certainly go a long way, and there is some great tech in this space that's starting to turn this guy into a bit of a convert, because now I'm seeing you excited. This is very much about applying the best of the technology that's available now to the man on the street or the man on the course in this case.
Yes, and when you are on the golf course and you've got your phone with you, it's actually an incredibly powerful device to help you with your game. Okay. It's got a bunch of technology like your accelerometer, it's your GPS, It's got ways of measuring distance that a lot of devices in the past, only James Bond would dream of having.
Your phone can look at you and assess things as well. This is really interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so what's our first app?
So the first app is called Golf GPS 18 Birdies Scorecard. So obviously the first thing that you can think of is that your phone can be a digital scorecard for keeping track. So for those of you who don't know, if you're on the golf course, you usually have a piece of card and you write down everybody's names, and then you add and attribute those scores to. But it's also got a GPS built into it, so you can basically find your distance from anywhere on the course that you're currently on. So when you are when you're aiming and where you want to go, there you go. You add a pin, and then you can see how hard you need to hit it for that particular drive.
For your club selection, it's absolutely vital.
Yeah.
It can make a few meters can make a massive difference.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't understand golf, the different clubs kind of help with the different arcs and distance of your shot. So you'll know what to select based on the terrain that you're in and also the distance. So that's very important. Sometimes there's some unconventional ones where you should be using a driver, but somebody will pick out an iron and you go like, whoa.
Counterintuitive.
That kind of thing.
Okay, cool. I love that. Great.
And then obviously it's got a handicap tracker, which is really cool. And tee times for a whole bunch of golf courses all around the world, which is super helpful.
It's like having a golfing PA, a little mini caddy in your
caddy with you
in your pocket. I love that. Okay, very cool.
The next app is called Golf Pad, and I've got it up with me over here. And as you can see, it's used the GPS. I actually want to see if I can come back into it. So I want to start a new round.
Okay.
And I choose to start a new round. It's acquiring the location, obviously because I'm using the GPS, and it knows that we're close to Westlake Golf Club. It's very likely that we're going to be playing at Westlake Golf Club. It's got your scorecard. It's got your live leaderboard of other golfers at that particular golf course. But I can add a golfer. So Graham, I'm going to add you. This is Graham. Yeah. So and he's going to be playing on this golf course, and then you can select the tees. Here we go. Here are all the different tees on the particular course, and then. Obviously have a live leaderboard. So there's something in golf called side games, which are just bets, and you can keep track of your side games.
You've got to have a little extra added spice on the round,
which is very cool.
Okay, that's brilliant. And you can play different formats as well. This is great for like a little mates tournament if you guys have got something fun, a bachelor's, something going on where the vehicle for fun is golf. I love this.
And there's also a handicap calculator, which is often hard to do like on the fly.
Yeah, to understand.
And it will tell you what you're doing. So it's very cool, and it's also optimized for your battery, because one of the things that you are spending a lot of time on the golf course, and it's usually most of the day.
It doesn't just chow that.
Yeah.
And what I like about this, it goes both ways. So this is great for the golf clubs out there, for the sport of the infrastructure around golf, for people to find out where all the golf courses are, for the clubs themselves to be represented. I love that.
So here's all the different holes, 1 to 18, and you can drop your score in there, and every player on the team will have their course. This is currently free. There are premium tiers, but I think as a free app goes, this is very cool, and it looks cool. This is much better. It looks so much better.
Yeah, it's simple and clean, and it's lacquer. Yeah, it makes you kind of feel like you're playing on a professional circuit. I love that.
So the next app is moving away from that whole idea of just using a scorecard on the course, but maybe you want to improve your golf with artificial intelligence of the course. Like you were saying, my form was bad a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see that with your naked eye, but having an AI have a look at my form and my structure is super important. So that's where an app called AI Golf Analyzer comes in.
AI Golf Analyzer.
So you put up your camera up at a certain position where you are playing. It can identify your body, and then it will fix your stance. So it's the Golf Fix AI Golf Analyzer for depending on the app store that you're in, and it can work out and detect where your position is, how you should be swinging, what your skeleton is doing, and that, because that's obviously super important. Where your eye line is, because golf is all about eye line as well. Something I didn't realize.
Yeah.
When I started playing. So if you're not looking at your ball and you're just swinging, you look like...
That's pretty much like all sports generally, but you have the advantage here. There is compound knowledge about golf and how it works coming from all sectors. So to be able to combine all of that information, it's not necessarily just about having a teacher that can look at you and assess. It's about leaning on all of the development in the game, and the fact that an AI, it's easy to work out these fundamentals of golf. It's the getting them right.
Yes.
That is the frustrating
But also,
thing.
previously, the stuff would be really expensive. You'd have to get a golf coach, and like, if your kid is interested in golf or you just want to dabble and you're a little bit self-conscious, having a phone with you to help. It's the same as exercise. There's some great exercise apps, maybe we can do that soon, that I used during lockdown because, it's intimidating.
I actually remember you.
It's intimidating going to gym and having a coach like knock you as a beginner, but having a digital or virtual coach tell you what you're doing wrong, so that when you do end up at a professional, you have a modicum of knowledge and they can just kind of refine a couple of things.
It's got a foundation.
You know, and you can see if you love this thing or not, you know?
And now while you all think of how you can cheat when you're putting your scorecard together in this digital space, these are awesome. I think whether you're a weekend warrior, you wanting to maybe try and test the waters in golf, or you're looking for that next phase, I like the fact that you can have your own little caddy or even a golf pro in your pocket. Absolutely amazing. Golf has never seemed more accessible than it is today thanks to technology. So give these apps a little try to improve that swing and let us know. In fact, video the results for us.
Stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand with Play.coza when you watch Tropica Island of Treasure. Simply SMS PLAY to 41191 or scan this QR code and follow the steps to enter. You could be winning your own treasure of 10,000 Rand. T's and C's apply and can be found on Play.coza. Let's play with Play.coza.
the number of times you're going to hit snooze, how many excuses you're going to make, and the amount of obstacles that are going to stand in your way.
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink, with zero compromise on taste and performance. Step up your game with new Energade Zero. It's what you put in. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Come on, boy. You got this. Focus. Engage the core. Woo! What is the word for? I don't know. I need some up. And clearly golf is a sport that involves sudden movements of exertion and sudden emotions too. Now, often the key to a better game is a better off-the-course training program that creates the flexibility and mobility to execute a proper swing, not whatever I was just trying now. So here to take us through some of those exercises is golf professional Etienne Olivier. Etienne, how are you doing this morning?
Great, and you?
I'm excited,
Thank you for having
man.
me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I've been educated on golf. I've been getting into the spirit of golf, and now I'm physically able to hold the golf club and get potentially trained by one of the best, right?
Cool, man. Yeah, you were just joking around and making a swing there, but I think a lot of people don't know like the physicality of golf.
Yes.
And sort of the movements you have to go through to be efficient and consistent. So I think what I'd like to do, I brought you a golf club there.
Nice,
which
yeah.
I can see you enjoy holding.
Yes.
So why don't we just show you how to make a golf swing?
Brilliant.
I think you're gonna sort of feel the motions you go through, and then we go through a proper warm-up routine that you would want to be doing before you play a round of golf.
Okay.
And I think you'll feel if you prepare your body correctly for the swing, it's going to be so much easier once we've done a couple of exercises.
Okay, I love the sound of that. Let's eliminate all the frustration that could potentially come with the game.
Yeah, so kind of like we would do if we have a student in front of us, let's just get you to make a golf swing, feel what it feels like.
Okay.
And then we do some stretches.
All right, let's get straight into it.
Okay, so
What's
I'm not gonna go into the grip and the detail that we'll do when we do a lesson. So just hold the club where you're comfortable right now.
All right.
And like we said, let's just watch out for the TV.
Okay, watch. And Zanzi, if you're practicing at home with like a broomstick or anything, just watch out for anything around.
And I'm going to just get you to copy me. So let's just get into the golf posture there.
All right.
And then what I want you to do is I want you to make a nice rotation. So you're going to get this sort of lead shoulder of yours just in under your chin on your backswing. So like a nice full motion. So there you can feel there's a lot of rotation happening there.
Is that too much?
No, that's cool.
Okay.
And then obviously on the way through as well, you're going to let everything unwind and you're going to make a swing through the golf ball. So, so there's definitely some rotary force there. And what I'm going to do now with you is I'm going to do a few exercises that's going to get that sort of happening more naturally.
Okay,
and then I want you to tell me what it feels like afterwards.
Get me into my flow state.
Yes, exactly.
All right, okay.
So first one, we can just stick the club down. Okay. We're going to just do a nice dynamic one. This one is especially great if you haven't got a lot of time. So often golfers get to the tee box 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
So maybe you get there a little earlier, but this one's something you can do that's going to take you 4 minutes and you'll be sweating and ready to go.
Brilliant. Let's do it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just face forward.
Yeah.
And you're going to basically go down very slowly to do a toe touch if you can. And then we're going to walk out.
Ooh. This is kind of like an inchworm.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you're going to go right foot to right hand.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do that rotation we just did on the golf swing. So we're going to go all the way up and stretch. Okay, and back down. And then we're going to just switch feet. So left foot to left hand. You can go a little bit further up if you can. There we go. And then also up. So that will be your backswing. And then we're going to walk it back slowly. Again, trying to get a bit of a hamstring stretch. And then back up.
Nice.
So we're going to do 3 of these.
Okay.
But obviously you can do a bit more, but you want to kind of almost perspire a bit.
Yes, and I can feel already like the posterior chain, my back, and there's just the twisting motion of it as well. That thoracic twist is really already like freeing me up, giving me that sort of...
and also and also the hamstring bit of it, a lot of people don't know this, but when we play golf, because we're in a forward flex position, your hamstrings have to be quite supple.
Yes.
And you're going to kind of want to maintain that, which means that posterior chain has to stay quite supple.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so let's go again. So we're going to go down.
All right.
And then we're going to walk it out. And just slow is better right now. You don't want to like put your spine through a sudden twist. You just want to do it really slow and controlled.
So when you were on the golf field or course, what or how many reps would you kind of want to go for when you actually are doing this on the day?
Look, I reckon 5 of these should really get you going.
Yeah.
And I think another thing which golfers need to know is it's not just before your round that it's important. Actually, after the round's more important.
Okay.
Just to reset, you know, to stretch again, just so when you go to bed in the evening, you can almost reset. Otherwise, you get quite stiff.
Of course, yeah.
We're going to just do 3 for today.
Brilliant stuff. Oh, and I must say, this is a brilliant exercise, I would imagine, not only for golfers, but almost like anybody.
Exactly.
Any sort of twisting movements or anyone that just wants some spinal health at the same time.
Exactly.
This would definitely assist them, I'm sure, because I'm feeling the glutes opening up, I'm feeling that thoracic twist opening up, the spine, my chest opening up, shoulders, even like you said, that posterior chain where my hamstrings are, which are often very tight from running. Absolutely nailed it. And this is just one of the exercises that we could do. I wish I had an entire day with you just to go through the entire thing, but of course, I think for anybody that is wanting to get their golf on or find out more about it, they can definitely reach out to you, yes?
100%.
Brilliant. So you, Mzansi, you want to get your golf tips on, then like you've just heard, you can reach out to Etienne. He's got all the tips and tricks that you need to get your swing into action and find your flow state when it comes to golfing and eliminate all that frustration that Grant Hines was talking about earlier. So, of course, find out some more information from the man himself, and I hope you enjoyed everything that has inspired you to play golf or be a part of the action and maybe just have some more fun when you're out there. From you, Etienne, thank you so much, man.
Great.
Absolutely love that, and
thank you.
Look forward to playing around with you one day. Hopefully.
Look at us. Hey, we're making, did it look like a heart or it is a strange peach? I don't know. But what we are doing today is that we're offering you something very special. We're offering you a kiss. Now, this is how the kiss goes. There's no sweeter kiss than in Italian a kiss. Yes, I see. We're talking about the Italian sweeter called the baci. I have to. It's made with clover bliss, creamy, smooth, decadent chocolate dairy dessert for all occasions, and you'll be guaranteed to come back for more and more and more and more, because who doesn't want more kisses? I do. Hey, Tando.
Hey.
Let's do this. Let's make kisses.
We're making kisses.
And do it. Right.
These are kisses to my mommy.
Okay, hold on, we have to say, right, your mom.
It's her birthday today.
What's your mom's name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Liz. We'll
right.
call her Liz.
Okay, can we call her Liz?
Yes,
okay,
Liz.
that's right. Liz, you wish you happy birthday.
Yes.
You have to do it now.
Mommy, I love you so much. First of all, I miss you so much. Happy birthday. We're making you Italian kisses.
Look at this.
And I'm coming home soon. I hope so.
Okay, look here, you're not at the war. You're actually on Expresso. No, this is coming home soon.
I am having a good time.
Oh, that's good. Oh, don't worry, don't worry. Okay, well, Elizabeth, have a beautiful, beautiful birthday. And we cannot wait to see you on the show, because we've been told that you're going to come on the show sometime, which is going to be great. I'm watching you. You're going to happen. It's going to be bliss, like this recipe. In fact, what we're doing here is we are making our little cups for our baci, our Italian kiss.
Yes.
Okay? And that you're going to, so basically you want a nice layer, not too thick.
Not too thick.
Not too thin, though, which is important. This is why we're using a silicone mold, which is very important for that.
Yes.
And that's the special thing about this. And, you know, once that's set up, then we can actually start filling the baci with our ingredients. We're going to use Clover Bliss medium cream chocolate dairy dessert. It's beautiful, ready to eat chocolate dairy dessert that you can pour, sauce it, you can top it with any sweet treat that's just ready to eat. Indulgence at its best. And if you want any sort of chef tips over here, Tando, I know that there's a few of them. You can actually add any nuts of your choice to the baci, which is always good.
So we're going to add about a teaspoon of this. Not too much.
I love this stuff.
There we go.
I love this bliss. You know, that's why they called it bliss.
So creamy.
Is because whenever you taste it, it's like that. And now we've got a variety of nuts. So we're going to go with almond and hazelnut mix today.
Yes. So I'm going to have you grab the
Already
hazelnuts.
it's going so well.
I've got the almonds. A good drizzle.
A little drizzle there. I love my hazelnuts because it really gives you that iconic chocolate flavor.
Yes.
The chocolate that you always gift people. That's the one that I get.
The one with the hazelnuts.
That's correct.
What
I
if
love
someone's
that.
allergic to some nuts? What do you get? What's your alternative?
My alternative, in my opinion, if they're allergic to nuts, I'd definitely do something very, very. I'd actually probably add fudge to it. If they're allergic to nuts, I'll like throw fudge in.
Are you making the chocolate at your house?
That's it. I would do that. I'd put the fudge in. I'd do crumbles of fudge to make it even more decadent. And then I'd do a more bitter chocolate
Can you make
on
that
the
for my mom?
outside. I can do that because Elizabeth, we love you. That's what we do. And that's it. And that's it. And that's all she wrote. She goes into the fridge.
Yeah.
She does the thing. You can freeze them as well.
Yes.
And we're good to go. That was bliss.
Blissful.
That was so easy. Are you going to taste it?
Are you going to taste it with me? Are we going to cheers?
Where's G? G, come taste here, my brother. Sorry, I have to call this guy. This guy always wants to taste something. I want this guy to taste. G, please taste one of our baci because the Italian kisses, and also please send a birthday shout out to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth,
Liz?
we love you. You're the most important member of our team, our family. Honestly, we wouldn't be able to do this any day, let alone every day, without you, Elizabeth.
Yes! Come stand over here, brother.
Lizzie. I call her Lizzie because
let's do our
so
taste
awesome.
test.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you say? Muy bien.
Salud.
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 I'm putting the whole thing in, eh?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Ryle, you gotta come in here, bro.
Ryle.
What up? I can't. Look at your mouth. Let me get in on this.
Come in, bro. Come in. Come in here. What do you think? Italian kisses?
Oh, wow.
Baci.
Oh, wow. I see where the party's at.
Do you not want to just put this baci in a baki and take it home? You?
A baci baki.
Hey?
I like that.
Yeah.
In your
nice
baci.
baki as well.
How did you guys get the chocolate?
Oh.
What is in here that's melting so much? What
It's
is
the
that?
bliss.
Oh,
Your bliss,
wow.
baby.
It's the bliss, my man.
Ooh.
Wow.
I like it because it's not too rich, eh? Many of these.
Feel very rich now. If you would like your own kiss, we'll give it to you on expressoshow.com. Get all the ingredients and try it. And also, if you are looking for performances that are just as decadent and delicious, Robin Reed is coming up in a Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Kids.
Oh, yes, it is. Mwah.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
New Revlon Color Stay Matte like crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon Color Stay Matte like crayon. Wanna play?
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All kinds of wonderful. Robin Reed is back for a second performance, and here she is with an exclusive. This is an original track titled Set Me Free. Set us free, babe.
I love it when your skin touches mine. The soft warm feeling blows my mind. Oh, just the thought of you drives me crazy. I can't wait until you are mine, 'cause you are the one for me. closer, and I'll be a lover. Maybe even your hold me closer, like you're supposed to, and I'll be your bedsheet, 'cause you're the mattress underneath me. And kuwe, unajitanda we. Kuwe, unani yakutanda sitanda sami, yeah. Baby, come get me, hold me closer. I'll be your lover, maybe even your Julie, yeah. Oh, you are the one for me, yeah. The one I need, you set me free. Yes, you are the one for me. The one I need, you set me free. You are the one for me. The one I need, you set me free. Say you are the one for me. The one I need, you set me free. Boy, you said, listen to this. Free, 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 free. Boy, you set me free. Hey, free, 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 free. Boy, you set me free. Yeah. Free, 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 free. Boy, you set me free. Free, 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 free. Oh yeah, you are the one for me. The one I need, you set me free. Say you are the one for me. The one I need, you set me free. You are the one for me. The one I need, you set me free. You are the one for me. The one I need, you set me free. Boy, you set me free. Go. Hey. Zig zag zag zag. Zig da da da. Set me free. Hey.
Yes, man, Robin.
Yeah.
Robin Reed, we love you.
You know what you've earned?
What?
An Italian kiss. That's what you've done. There we go. That's all yours.
It's more of an Italian smooch. Okay, it's a full-on smooch. You're wonderful. You are so talented. Thank you so much for taking our day to a whole different level.
Awesome.
To all of you, we love you so much. Stay strong if you're writing exams at the moment. Stay focused. We'll see you tomorrow for Friday, baby! Good luck! Woo! Love you.
Enjoy it on the stoep, under the trees, or with a picnic basket, wherever you please. Here's to a mouth-watering summer made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.